streets get, nigga, you better know that we really lit. I be flexing on these niggas, they don't stand by. Pay 600 for my kicks, yeah, I'm damn fly. Pay 600 for my kicks, just a hoop. Spent 1,000 in Versace, I ain't even want it, ooh. Nigga, what you saying? Supreme hoodie and a babe T10. Babe draws, little bitch, I'm the man. Gucci size, Gucci belt, what the fuck? These niggas broke, stop playing. I got 5 bands on me now, I'm saying. I ain't tryna cut a check, baby, I'm saying. Only got cash, no count, I'm saying. Long as they making this shit, we gon' get it. Long as we living like this, you gon' listen. Long as I'm talking my shit, boy, I'm tripping. Long as these niggas mad at me, they gon' feel it. Long as these niggas mad at me, they gon' feel it. Yeah, these niggas wannabes, I'm who they wanna be. These niggas wannabes. Yeah, I'm who they wanna be. These niggas wannabes, I'm who they wanna be. Nigga, I'm who they wanna be. These niggas wannabes, I'm who they wanna be. Nigga, these niggas wannabes, I'm who they wanna be. These niggas wannabes. Yeah, bitch ass nigga, I would say a whole lot more shit, but it ain't no motherfucking need to. You niggas know what the fuck you doing. You niggas look in the mirror, wash your face every day. You know that shit filled up with hate, nigga. Fuck you, go get a bag, nigga. Do what we doing, we blowing that shit, nigga. If you got it, blow that shit, nigga. Live your life, nigga. Stop worrying about me, nigga. Y'all dick
Damn,
that ain't gonna never
what
make
you have
this
to
shit,
do
nigga.
like that.
Yeah, you know I'm a problem. 816 goblin, monster. Honest to God, call me an odd one. I'm on one. Fill up the wagon, no honor, mama. Look in your eyes, it's so solemn. Falling further and further, can you help me crawling? Nowhere to go, I give up, I'm a goner. Nowhere to roam, my ship's stuck in these waters. Father to God, can you help me call? Feeling like I'm out of control. Feeling like I'm losing my soul. Somebody pray, please, somebody save me. This ain't the way that my mom and dad raised me. Told me in a dream, please, somebody shake me. Who would have thought it would end this crazy? Dose. 1 and 2 will turn into more. Voices. 3, 4, 5, and I'm feeling for more. About to dance with the devil today. She got me feeling some type of way. I think I might pick a fight with my wife. Get a pipe, throw my life away. Your boy's cold. An offshore wind at the bottom of the bottle and the floor spins. In a haze mixed thoughts of abortion. I drown them out, drink more of my distortion. Another sad song, another war hymn. Lost more friends, more endorphins. A divorce ends and the Lord grins. And I'm stuck doing coke in New Orleans. I'm atrocious. Turning the more voices. 3, 4, 5, and I'm feeling for more doses. Feeling like I'm out of control. Feeling like I'm losing my soul. 1 and 2 are turning the more voices. 3, 4, 5, and I'm feeling for more doses. Feeling like I'm out of control. Feeling like I'm losing my soul.
Like Stevie Wonder.
Done this and that. I have traveled the world, got a lot more to see, yeah. And that is a fact. Got success upon the mind. I'm talking all the time. It's my way out, it's my healing. I don't need distraction. Shawty, you are the attraction. life. You keep it all with me, yeah. Tell me no lie. Yeah, I done done this and that, yeah. I have traveled the world. I done been to hell and back. Baby, you made it worth it. I'm not perfect, but that's different in your eyes. Shawty, I've been swerving, but I'm trying to make you mine. Just know I'ma treat you better, not bitter. Better, not bitter. Shawty, you're my everything. You're my queen, darling. Pass me the Visine, my eyes watering when I think about the one we had. Yeah, I have made up my mind. I'm not going back this time. It's you that I'm loving, you that I love, yeah. Give zero fucks, yeah. What a hater gotta say. I'ma treat you better, not bitter. Oh, I'ma treat you better, not bitter. I done done this and that, yeah. I have traveled the world, seen a lot of girls, seen a lot of places, seen so many faces on mine. You're right, not compared to you, not compared to you.
Yeah. Oh shit. We got third degree in this motherfucker. Yeah. K to the R, you know what's up, man. That's what it is, man. I tell the bartender not to spill my drink. That's right, man. I need that shit full to the brim, you know what I'm saying? Feel this shit, though. Yo, I hit the bar with my pockets swole. Ain't tryna drop a flow. But you ain't see me with my brim tipping sockets low. I'm tryna get my drink on, that's how we rock and roll. You drinking like we drink, boy, make sure your cup is full. You see me in the club, but I ain't here to dance. Your girl smiling at me, shit, I'm just here to glance. Sipping that silver 7, dripping, you got to go. We snatch your bitch and make her pop, lock and drop it low. Don't try me, I'm tipsy. You run your lips and get hissy. Me, I don't think you really want it with me. I'm saying, you think we playing, we ain't. What it is ain't no game. Shit, it's cool if you hang, but if you swerving our lane, we get to chopping quick. That's if you're talking shit. I warn you once, we ain't the ones you should be fucking with. We 20 deep, partner. You know that's how we roll. We take it toe to toe, lock and load, overflow. You see me at the bar while you trying to act hard. Don't be coming at me running your lips. Don't want it with me. What it is, I'm finna get my drink on. What it is, I'm here to get my drink on. You see me in the club and your girl show us love. Don't be coming at me talking that shit. Don't want it with me. What it is, I'm finna get my drink on. What it is, I'm here to get my drink on.
What it is, I'm drinking goose and getting illy. Shit, I'm ready for the drama. If I hate it, acting silly. I got a little pilly, but the can is in the trunk. So if I make it to the Chevy, then somebody's fucked up. But right now I'm going hard, third focused on the stallion. I'm a baller, baby, so I brought a couple thousand. Nope, I ain't gonna blow it on you. I'm the red cup king, so I'ma blow it on Goose. I can't help but notice that suckers in they feelings and they been eyeing reckless since we came in the building, but it don't really bother us, man. We on some real shit, really trying to chill, but we can make it ugly real quick. We here to drink, so we gon' get our drink on. They bumping gums, then we gon' get our bang on. What it is, tell me what it's gon' be. Nigga out of bounds, 40 calories, what he gon'
If
see?
you see me at the bar while you trying to act hard, don't be coming at me running your lips. Don't want it with me. What it is, I'm finna get my drink on. What it is, I'm here to get my drink on. You see me in the club and your girl show us love. Don't be coming at me talking that shit. Don't want it with me. What it is, I'm finna get my drink on. What it is, I'm here to get my drink on. We buy a drink at the bar and tell them leave the bottle. This ain't no role model type of shit that you should follow. I'm feeling good, don't be trying to break my buzz, baby. I'm way too lit for that drama, even if I was crazy. We get it drink you out to the curb. Don't be mad cause your girl wanna party with some rock stars who hit the block hard. Pussy ain't no Pop-Tarts. We make it pop hard, feel the effects. Taking shots to the head like it's Russian roulette. See, we ain't come to fight and let off. Just here to take the edge off. But if you trippin', we won't hesitate to take your head off. You know the name, you can see it on my back. Know the voice, you can hear it on the track. Do it live, ladies. Go on and get your freak on. Put your cups up. Go on and get your drink on. See me at the bar while you trying to act hard. Don't be coming at me running your lips. Don't want it with me. What it is, I'm finna get my drink on. What it is, I'm here to get my drink on. You see me in the club and your girl show us love. Don't be coming at me talking that shit. Don't want it with me. What it is, I'm finna get my drink on. What it is, I'm here to get my drink on. Yeah, man. That's what it is, baby. And you see me at the bar. You see me at the club, man. We eye me and shit. You know what's up, man. That's what it is in this motherfucker. 2008 shit, man. We ain't playing anymore. Let's go.
Landmark that.
Basement Beat Production with Jason, the beatmaker.
I'm KC. I'm KC. I'm KC. I'm KC. I'm KC. I'm KC. I'm Kansas City, but they call it Killer City. KANSASCITY. Ask where I'm from, then they'll see my reply. I'm KC till the day that me diving, reppin' 81691 Trace since I'm knee-high. I'm Paul Rudd. I'm Maurice Green. I'm Tech 9 Travis and Strange Street. Every night we pop. I'm Icy Rock. I'm DJ Fresh, DJ Rice. I might be Jock. I'm K-Rock. I'm a fallen soldier. A royal in the major league, so they all oppose us. Fort KC, Chief 68 riots. I'm Gates and Sons, Jack Stacks, and Arthur Bryant. I'm a real rider. Call me Shantae. I'm Killer City. Boop, boop, boop. Out a Hyundai. I'm the popper, the pretty face on a poster. I'm the plaza. P&L is on the roast. I'm Country View, where I'm known to post up. At the Bristol with wine, drinking on mimosas. Got a little sweet vodka, I'm already sipping. I'm Don Cheadle, Little Bobby, and I'm Eddie Griffin. I'm KC. I'm KC. I'm KC. I'm KC. I'm KC. I'm KC. I'm Kansas City, but they call it Killer City. KANSASCITY. Ask where I'm from, then they'll see my reply. I'm KC.
All right, here we go, folks. Appreciate you all tuning in. There's a lot of excitement here tonight. There's a lot of stuff that we need to cover. Some breaking news that we just found out on the way to the stadium. But nonetheless, we're going to bring you this 2021 Midwest Football League Championship. Undefeated Missouri Cyclones roll in from St. Louis, sitting at 8-0. Last year, they were runners-up. They fell just short right here in this title game. First City Cavalry, 7-1, looking like they're set to defend and get this opening kickoff. This is a game that I've been looking forward to for a full year. Last year, these two teams, they met in the regional or the divisional championship round, and Cavalry, in a game that I say they led the entire way through that game. It was 6-0. It was a defensive battle. Both offensive teams struggled all the way down until 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter, where Coach Twan dialed up whatever it was. I believe it was a slant, inside slant from the right-hand side from about the 50. Was able to take that to the house. Extra point was good. Sent the Cavalry home with the score of 7-6. And they had to sit on that all year long And at the beginning of the year, when the schedules came out, they turned these teams to different divisions. So now the Cyclones were sitting out in the East, while the Cavalry were on the division on this side of the house. So this is their only chance for revenge is right here today. It's First City Cavalry. It's the Missouri Cyclones. It's a chance for revenge. It's a chance at a perfect season. It's St. Louis versus Kansas City. This is Saturday Night Football Championship. Old school I-70 rivalry. Here we go. Again, as we were talking, there's a lot of stuff we need to talk about later, but we're going to sit right here and we're going to bring you this as the opening kickoff comes to you from left to right. It's going to be fielded just about the 10-yard line, and we are underway as we roll around the right-hand side. Sheds a tackle, has a wall, and a big hit made at the 27-yard line. You can see some of these teams go back and forth. I'm going to get you some of the rosters as I can. I was unable to get any roster this year or for this game. I got one in my email, so I'm going to be bouncing back and forth through my email to see if I can't get you what I can. I believe that was Bradley Randall, number 14, with a big hit on the other side to get things started as the First City Cavalry makes their way to the huddle. 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line. Mark brings his guys out of the huddle. Twins left, Twins far side. Run around the left-hand side. He was kind of bottled up there behind the line of scrimmage. Tossed down was Juice. Shout out to my dude, Mason Coleman, number 4. They're going to mark him down as a loss of 1. 2nd down and 11 coming up. Cyclones defense is a defense that I've only got to see a couple times. They're very disciplined guys. They're not going to give up too much over the top. They're going to make you work for it the entire way. So, should be a fun matchup to see here. Twins left, Twins far side. Looking left, still looking left. Finds his man down low is number 1. That's Carradine Steele. That is a lot of their big playmaker talk right there is Carr. He's a longtime veteran of these guys. He understands the concepts on offense and defense. So, I looked for him to make a lot of plays tonight. Going to bring up a much more manageable 3rd down and 4. I appreciate every single one of you guys for tuning in. All 62 of you guys right now hanging out with us. There's a lot to cover tonight, so we'll talk about it as we go. Looks like he gets him on a hard count. That's going to move the 6. That's veteran play by the quarterback there. Mark being able to stand in, make sure his guys are organized, picking up the free set of chains here. So as we scroll back and forth on this camera here tonight, you'll see the scoreboard is down and in op, so we will not be able to tell you what time is left on the clock. So you'll know what we know. When they stop and flip quarters, we will know. Like I said, there's no scoreboard up at all. We'll keep the score right here on our screen, so we'll at least get you the score. 1st down and 10 from the 39-yard line. First possession of the game. Handoff straight away up the middle. Breaking tackles. Dragging defenders. I'm scanning. I don't see a flag. That's going to be the first big play of the game. Number 3, straight down Broadway. Inside of the 30. The O-line is flexed, and they're feeling themselves. Cavalry, first possession of the game, is moving the ball straight down the middle. I expect to see these Cyclones kind of settle in. Again, this is MFL championship. This is championship football. A lot of new guys on both of these sides, so you're going to see a lot of errors, a lot of mental mistakes, a lot of guys just kind of overhyping the game. Once both of these teams settle down and settle in and just understand this game is the same as any other game, you're going to see a hell of a football game here tonight as Mark drops back. Dumps the pass over the middle. Looks like a little screen. Back to number 3. Shedding tackles. Gets down into the red zone for the first time tonight. Inside of the 15. They're going to mark him down. They're going to step back to the 14-yard line here. 1st and 10 Cavalry. Cyclones have yet to kind of settle in here. Cyclones are a team. They're going to get it. They're going to be just fine. These guys have been around, I think, for 17 or 18 years now. 2 trips to a national championship game. They know what they're doing. They're very well coached. They're going to be just fine. As that play is blown dead for a false start. Mo's crew here is the ref tonight. He's on the action. He's a long-time statement, if you will, around the Kansas City area. Anytime there's a big game, Mo and his crew are usually right in the middle of it. Bring up a 1st and 15. You got Twins the left side, Twins the right side. There was a chance at a sack. Blown assignment down the left-hand side. Touchdown. Cavalry strike first. That should have been a sack. They went for a huge hit. Hit Mark dead in the chest plate, in the numbers. Just failed to wrap him up. Mark was able to bounce off that. Find a receiver on a comeback route to the near side pylon. First City Cavalry going to come back out after that touchdown, looking for 2 points. Carr's kind of doing his little showboat here to the sideline. There's still a lot of football game left. This is exactly how last year's playoff game went. So I wouldn't be too keen to be hyping up right now. You got a lot of football game left to go. That is a touchdown here early, followed by a 2-point conversion. First City Cavalry, if you're going to start out a championship football game and you've got a game plan for it, that had to be included. There ain't no better way to start a game than take your opening possession, drive straight down Broadway with a big couple runs, kind of smash mouth old school football. Now we're going to see the Cyclones get a chance to respond to it. So, again, I told you guys this is going to be a game of the century to watch right here. These two teams are very well matched up. You see Coach Twan down here hyping his dudes up. He's got the turnover chain. He rolled into the stadium today rocking all red St. Louis gear, so you know that St. Louis-Kansas City matchup, it's alive on all levels. Baseball, football, it doesn't matter. Kind of some scuffling going down here on the Cyclone sideline. I think it's players having a disagreement. But we'll skip that and get back to the football action. These guys will figure this stuff out. Looks like a little bit of miscommunication here on the lineup of the kickoff from the Cyclones as the ball sails back to about the 10-yard line with a little flip back to the back. So they're going to start going forward from about the 8. Takes a big shot from DeMonte Pearson, unable to wrap up. Another big hit down in the backfield. Number 75 back there doing everything he can. Cyclones are going to come out with their first possession. Number 75, Marquez Hayes, doing absolutely everything he can to give his guys a chance. He took out 2 Cavalry players with 1 shot to the chest there. So here we go. Cyclones are going to come out on their first possession of the game, trailing 8-0. See if they got an answer for this Cavalry team. There's still some scuffling going on here. I think the Cyclones, they just had some miscommunication on the defense there. It happens. It's championship caliber football. These guys have been together all year. You're an 8-0 team. Taking an early punch in the mouth. These guys are going to be just fine, so we're going to keep that off. Won't even bring the camera to them because it's not worth it. Cyclones come out. They got a trip to the far side. They bring one man in motion to join the receiver here on the near side. Fake handoff, looking right. They're going to go deep. He's got a man open, and that is dropped. It's dropped. He had a man beat. The safety was late to get there. The DB makes a diving play and gets his hands on the ball, was unable to go through the contact of the ground. Ball coughs up. They avoid a big play on first down there. So, again, Cyclones aren't going to back down from anything. These guys have dang near 2 decades of football under their belt. So, I don't expect them to go anywhere in this ball game. They're going to keep their heads. They're going to be all right. As they come back, you can see that same formation. Trips to the far side. Single set here to the near side, kind of in the slot. Almost as a tight end there. Single running back is going to get the carry around the left-hand side. Cut it back to the right. He's going to be brought down by a host of Cavalry there for a gain of about 4. We should be joined by a guest or 2 here in the booth. This stadium is absolutely beautiful. I don't know if you guys get a chance to see it before the game. We posted a video. This is hands down the best stadium that I've been into. You're gonna see I rock I rock the desk a little bit. I see, hey, Kevin Cox, shout out. Let's go, little brothers. You got to be talking about the Cavalry. Hey, speaking of that, there's an announcement we got to talk about here. We'll talk about it a little bit later as we get into this ball game. There's a huge announcement that just got locked in here not too long ago. So we'll get into that here in a little bit. As he's going to get to the chains, he's going to pick up a few more as he's finally brought down as he crosses over the 35-yard line. Cyclones are settling in. They're going to go back to what works. They took that big shot on first down. Now they're back to chipping away at yards. Again, this is a team that they're very well coached. They know what they need to do to win ball games, so they're going to be in this game to the end, is my opinion. I know I've seen a lot of Facebook talk this week. For the last 2 weeks, I've kind of seen Facebook talk all year long from both sides, but I don't foresee this game being a blowout. I see this game it's going to come down to who makes the least amount of mental mistakes and errors on the field, who lets the other team get in their head, if they do, and who has the ball last. This game is going to be an absolute... I'm excited, man. I'm telling you. Fake handoff to the left, looking left, under pressure. Looks like he's going to roll to the left, kind of sidearms it, finds a man, kind of juking his way in. I'm going to scroll through my phone, see if I can't get you a number. Dominique Atkins, I believe, is the receiver there, number 13. There's going to be a pause. I didn't get a roster for the Cavalry. I got a roster late sent to my email as I was walking up to the stadium. So we'll see what we got. I'll keep switching back and forth to my phone as I can. Y'all KC thugs locked it. Hey, we did lock in another game. Matter of fact, right before we got to the stadium. So there's a big announcement coming, and we'll get to that as we see our first time out to the Cavalry. Cody, hey, there's an announcement, man. We'll get to the announcement. It's a very anticipated matchup, is all I'm going to say. We'll get to that a little bit later, but I want to make sure these two teams get the coverage they deserve. Again, my wife, you might hear my wife yelling at me because I keep knocking the table and it shakes. They'll be all right. So early first quarter, Cyclones are getting their first possession. They're kind of getting settled down, just like I said they would. Cavalry defense is kind of scrambling to find an answer there. Coach Russ on the other side, first-year coach for the First City Cavalry. He's from what I've caught, I've talked to some of the Cavalry. He's brought a new dimension into the Cavalry. He's brought a lot more discipline, a lot more structure. This is a man who's been around a lot of teams for a lot of years. He understands what it takes to play at championship caliber football. So I'm excited to see, again, this is the second-year program, so there's a lot of good things happening over here with the First City Cavalry. Going up against the Cyclones, again, if somebody correct me if I'm wrong, I believe this is 18th year in operation, so these guys got a lot of football under their belt as an organization. Drop back, looking left, still looking left. He's got a lot of time. He finally breaks the pocket, coming around the right-hand side. He's got a man, and he kind of one-hops it into him. Cavalry again pointing fingers. There's a broken coverage somewhere in the backfield. I don't know if that was a safety on a blown coverage or a corner. They're scrambling to find answers. Cyclones are throwing a lot of mixed routes at them right now, and they are unable to stay on the same page. So we'll see eventually. Cyclones have just got to be able to connect on that. Hey, the biggest game, man, this game has national championship caliber football written all over it. It could easily be a national championship game in Florida. You might end up seeing the same game in Florida anyway. Second and 10 from the 48-yard line. Cyclones got trips. They're staying true to that trips to the left. Single running back there in a pistol formation. Bring a man across the formation. Little Tyreek Hill action. Number 10 scoots back to the left-hand side. Slung down for a gain of 2. Bring up a third down. They're going to give him 3, a third down and 7. 3rd down and 7 here. They do have a punter. I was watching this young man doing his looking left, a little fake handoff. He's got a man. Interception. I believe he hauled that one in at the 25-yard line. First turnover of the game goes against the Cyclones here. Cavalry are fired up. They're going to work their way back out and take over their second possession, up by 8. Still first quarter. Again, I appreciate every one of y'all hanging out with us. Cyclones, again, they're a veteran organization with a lot of new guys here on the sideline. Cavalry are a young organization with a lot of veterans mixed in. A lot of these guys have played for a lot of years at some pretty high levels of football. So, again, Cyclones are going to be just fine. Cavalry taking their time in the huddle here. Mark's going to break the huddle. There's an issue on the other sideline. Mo is linked up with, I believe, the chain crew possibly. I know he's wanting to talk to the coaches. So Mo's talking to the coach. I'm going to step aside and get a drink here. On the other side of this will be 1st and 10, First City Cavalry. I look like Big Mo got that figured out. Twins the near side, twins the far side. Looking right, still looking right. Throws the underneath route, ushered out of bounds after a gain of about 6. I believe they're going to give him. It's going to bring up a short 2nd down and 4. Kind of what I call the beginning of the game. The Cyclones are a team that's not going to give up very much over the top. So you're going to have to take what they give you. So far, so good. Mark sitting in, taking what the defense is giving them. Little dink and dunk passes. Cyclone defense is going to have to figure out an answer to those under routes and still make sure they maintain that over-the-top discipline. Twins to the near side. Twins to the far side. Handoff straight up the middle. He is met immediately while his offensive line gives him a push to pick up about 2 more. Is Mason Coleman on the carry straight up the middle. Let's bring up a 3rd down and 2. So Cyclones are able to stop them here. It's going to bring up a very interesting scenario. They do have a punter, I believe, but I did not see the punter warming up, so I don't know if he's here today. Feed Ming, my boy, is usually the punter. So we'll see if they're in 4th down territory and want to gamble early on in this ball game up by 8, or if they're just going to go ahead and punt it away. But first, we got to get through this 3rd down and 2. Handoff straight up the middle. He's going to be met right at the chains, and they give it to him. 1st and 10, Cavalry keeping the chains moving. Early first quarter. Again, I do not have a clock. The scoreboard is down, so at the end of this quarter, you'll know when I know. Cavalry taking their time in the huddle. You have yet to see a hurry-up offense. I don't know if they have a hurry-up offense. I'm assuming they do under Coach Russ over there, so we'll see if we see it. Twins near side, Twins far side. Carr checks back into the game. He's going to be the near receiver here to the near side. Pistol set in the backfield. Our Cyclones showing heavy pressure. They're there. Kind of a left-handed shovel forward pass is Mark trying to make something out of nothing. There is a Cavalry player down. He's back up to his feet. That's good to see there. The Cyclones show pressure. They bring the house. Disrupt the timing. This is the first... They were able to get to him a little bit earlier, just unable to make the tackle, and that's what gave up the touchdown. So we'll see if they keep bringing pressure. They're getting there. It's just a matter of finishing the deed when you get there. 2nd and 10. Cavalry sitting in the huddle, still taking their time. Ball sitting about the 36-yard line. Come back out. Twins the near side. Twins to the far side. Running back off to Mark's right. Cyclones back out of the pressure. Number 95 breaks free. Ball was kind of thrown away, out of bounds there to save some save some pressure. Doesn't want to make a mental mistake here early. 3rd and 10. Cyclones are finally starting to settle down and play their style of defense here. And 95 is going to check off. Big Gerald Edwards. He was the man behind all the pressure there. So he's going to check out, get himself a breather, get some water. I'm not sure if they have a play clock or not running, but Cavalry are sitting in this huddle for a while. 3rd down and 10. Let's see if they have dialed up. Twins near, Twins far side. Running back off to Mark's right-hand side again. Cyclones showing heavy pressure. They back out of the pressure. Only send 3. They got a man up. Ball was intended for Carr again, number 1. Throw a jump ball up. Pass deflected. 4th down. It's going to be, looks like they're sending in a punt unit here. So Cyclones able to settle down, get their offense the ball back, it seems, as long as the special teams goes off well. I've said it 100 times, man, and I was talking to the Cyclones punter earlier. Anytime there's a kicking situation in semi-pro, it's an absolute adventure. It could go 100% correct. The snap could never make it there. The catch could be bobbled. You never know what you're going to get in a semi-pro special team situation. So we're about to find out. Cavalry is struggling to get the right unit here on. Looks like they finally got it figured out. Snap is kind of a wobbly high when it gets there. Rugby style punt is not going to clear the line of clears the line of scrimmage a little bit. Ball dies down. It's going to pick them up about 6. Ball's out. Someone jumped on the ball. Why are you around the ball when it only went 5 yards? I will never have the answer for you. But avoided a huge disaster as the Cyclones as they jump back on the ball at the 40-yard line in positive territory here. They're going to take their second possession in plus territory. Again, and that's what I'm talking about, the adventure on semi-pro kicking. That ball went 5 yards past the line of scrimmage, and people are around the ball looking to, I don't know, watch the ball and try to pick it up and run for it. I couldn't tell you. If I'm the special teams coach there, I'm fired up. Get out of the way because you almost gave the ball right back to him. Nonetheless, Cyclones take over. 1st and 10 from the 40. Twins to the near side. They keep those slot guys real close to the line. Handoff comes around the right-hand side. He's met in the backfield, breaks a tackle, gets a gain of 1 before he's driven backwards. 2nd down and 9 from the 39. Looks like number 20. I can't see his number. 28 maybe. Kind of hobbles off the field. Looks like that might be the end of the first quarter. We're going to step aside as well, get some drinks. They're flipping the field. So when we come back, you'll see the second quarter. Cavalry up by 8. Cyclones driving, trying to find an answer. Here we go. Second quarter. 2nd and 10. Cyclones, I believe they picked up a yard, but they're not going to give it to him. There's that slant play. Going to pick up 9. They're going to give him about 8.5. We're going to call that 9. 3rd down and 1. This stage of the field, I believe, I won't hesitate. I believe they're going to stay in a 4-down territory. They're too far for a field goal here. I don't believe you're, in my opinion, again, I'm a kicker myself, so I believe you're too close to punt it. You're too far for a field goal this early. I keep my offensive unit out and tell you guys, you need to, if you want a championship, you pick up these 2 yards. Single sets, both slot receivers in as a tight end spot. Handoff to the left. Banging his way down, gets across the sticks. Is number 30 on the carry, Javon Harris. So far, the Cyclones have been testing that left side, so I don't know if it's something they've seen on film on the left-hand side. I don't know if it's confidence in their offensive line to the left-hand side, or if that's just the kind of the style of offense they run. Everything's been heavy to the left, including their trips formation's been heavy left. Their runs have been heavy left. We'll see if that continues. I'll try to get a player or coach interview up here later. I'm curious to see if that's something they found on film. As he goes straight up the middle that time, it makes me eat my words for a gain of 5. 2nd down and 5 inside the 25. Cyclones taking their time now. They're in no rush. Looking right. Still looking right. Comes back over the middle. Is under pressure. Breaks the pocket. Finds a receiver who takes it off the face mask. The intended target there, I believe, is number 88. Chris, the lock, I believe, is the intended target. Kind of hit his hands, then hit him in the face mask. 3rd down and 6. Cyclones taking their time. I see receivers reaching up and putting their hand over their ear holes, so I don't know if they have, they're not in the huddle, so they might have mics, which is pretty dope for this level. Either that or he was fixing his headgear and didn't intend on receiving this ball, but we'll see. Twins to the far side, Twins near side. Got that slot in close. Got a running back in behind him is number 5. Big 3rd down here. Looking left. Pass is thrown too high. Had the man open. He was going to be short of the sticks there. Pass broken up. So here comes the kicking unit and a young man that messaged the page this week. And he wants the shout out. So we're going to go ahead and see if we can't pull this up. They're going to bring in the field goal team. I talked to this man earlier, Tyler Hack. He made sure he messaged the page last week while I was on vacation and said, make sure you shout me out. So good, bad, or indifferent. Here you go, young man. He's lining up just inside the left hash, 41 yards away. He's got the wind going from near to far side. The wind is going from left to right, so it's going to kind of help him out on this kick as he's on the left side. 4th down Army time for the brand. Snap is good. Ball is up. And it is through Tyler Hack. Go ahead, kid. And he's pissed off about something. I didn't catch it. I'll have to go back and watch the replay, but he is highly upset about something. Nonetheless, that's a 41-yarder straight down Broadway. 8-3 ball game. 2nd quarter. He's still out there fired up about something. Anthony Douglas in the chat at 80 Illustrations. He was down there with me on the, we took a vacation, a family float trip this last week. And we were sitting out on the dock one night when Tyler messaged. And he was saying he wanted to get shouted out. And I told Anthony, I was like, hey, man, 4th down Army, you're going to get shouted out. Good, bad, or indifferent. If you ask for it, you got it. And he steps up to the plate and drills that shot straight down the middle. That was a good shot from 50, 55. So kid's got a leg on him. We'll see if that comes down to the difference here. He came through, yes, sir. Put the man under pressure, and he delivers. Kind of a different style kick. They line up on the left hash here. Kick is a high kick. It's going to be fielded just about the 10-yard line. Those two run into each other again. Up the left side he goes. He's got a wall in front of him as he hurdles and out of bounds around the 40. We'll see where they officially mark him out. Cavalry so far through this ball game, again, we're second quarter. They've had great field possession. Cyclones really have had great field possession as well. Most of this game has taken place in between the 40s for the most part. Just shy of the 40, they say. He skipped out of bounds at the 39. Cavalry back on the ball. 1st and 10, leading this ball game 8-3 at the 2021 MFL championship game. So this game has a lot of weight on its shoulders, and we'll continue to talk about that as the Cavalry come. Twins to the near side, twins to the far side. The receivers on the near side weren't set. They were kind of looking at each other, pointing out. So I don't think they knew what was going on in that play. Met at the line of scrimmage. No yards. So this game is huge for regional play. 2nd down and 10. So the winner of this game takes a direct invite into the regional play for this district. So, and this district is shaping up to be a hell of a district. You've got Cavalry and the Cyclones here. The Bulldogs are in this district. The Stockmen, I believe, are possibly in this district. The Titans are in this district. So this regional section should be really good. The ball, oh! I thought that ball was going to be picked. He did the old tip drill. Anthony Miller on the coverage there had great position, did the tip drill perfectly. Just didn't finish it off. Tipped it up to himself. It was right there. I think he just lost track of it maybe in the sunlight as it came over his shoulder. Nonetheless, it's 3rd down and 10. Cyclones, just as I called it, they're starting to settle in and kind of make their name known here on defense. Since they've settled in, Cavalry have been unable to move this ball. Got that early strike. Nothing doing since. We're forced to punt it away. Here they're facing a 3rd and 10. Twins near side, twins far side. So the winner of this game not only gets the MFL championship, but gets the automatic invite. As Mark rolls around the left-hand side, packed down from behind is that a 42, Jordan Miles. I can't tell if that's a flag in the middle of the field or not. There's something yellow laying down. I don't see anybody signaling for a flag. Mo has his hand 4th down up. Maybe that's just a piece of tape. Anywho, 4th and 4. Cavalry in a huddle. Looks like they're keeping their offensive unit on. I don't know if they know it's fourth down or not. So the winner of this game has the automatic bid to regionals. The runner-up of this game most likely is going to get the invite, which is what happened last year. But you leave it up for questioning. The winner of this game is into regionals without questioning. Mark looking right, looking left. Finds an under route. Hits the receiver in the ankles. Reception made, rolling across the 50 into plus territory, out of bounds at the 48-yard line. So there he goes. That's the first big gamble of the game. It pays off. Cavalry continuing to roll, eating up clock. We need that bid. Yeah. So the regional tournament is going to be pretty crazy, at least in the South bracket. The North bracket, I don't foresee too much adversary, I guess you want to call it, up there. The Minneapolis Warriors sitting undefeated. They're kind of running away in the North as they don't have too many teams up there that are going to compete with them. They played the Bulldogs early on and got the win by 4 points. So they sit in sole possession of home field advantage, should that be the case as last year. I know they're talking about the regional committee, national committee guys. They're talking about making the regional championship in a neutral site because it is semi-pro and they want the best teams. You know what I mean? The teams to be able to field their best guys on the field. But I've also heard Minneapolis Warriors are taking a different route and not going through the regional tournament. They're going to go through a different organization, which could be the case. They've done it before in Minnesota. They got a man who runs his own show up there in Minnesota. So if that's the case, it opens the doors wide open for the North bracket once again. So there's a lot going on here. 2nd down and 8. Cavalry on the ball, trips to the near side. Fake handoff to the left. He's going to play got a man open. Coverage there yet again. If Mark can just get this ball out in front as Trayvon was beat, but had the speed and the know-how to get back and make the play. He was beat by 3 or 4 yards, comes in diving to swat the ball away. If Mark can just get time, he was under pressure there, had to throw that ball kind of leaning off his back foot. If he's able to get that ball out in front, that might have been another 6. But defense steps up to the challenge, makes the play yet again. I think what Cavalry are seeing is Cyclones are starting to sell out, to cut out the underneath stuff, cut out the runs. So they're trying to start taking shots over the top. So he had him there. Safety was down in the middle. Had him unable to link up there. 3rd and 8 is the call. Twins near side, Twins far side. Mark repositioning the running back to his right-hand side. Juice goes in motion across the backfield. Looking right. Still looking right. Got a man on the outright. On the out route. He's at the sticks. I think he picks up enough for a 1st down. No flags on the play. So far, this game has been a very clean played game. I know a lot of people expected a lot of nonsense on the field, but I don't think we've seen a flag except for like a false start this game. No personal fouls. No nonsense yet so far. First and 10 from the 31-yard line. Cavalry eating up clock. We've got to be midway through the 2nd quarter by now. Again, I don't have a scoreboard up. I can't see the clock, so I'll know when it's halftime when you know. Handoff up the middle. Picking up 5 on 1st down to bring up a 2nd down and 5. Cavalry still chugging away, doing their thing. Appreciate y'all hanging out. Yeah, man, this next few weeks is going to be wild, so trying to figure out how I want to phrase this. So Cavalry had a game against the Bulldogs July 24th. They opted to take that off the schedule so they can focus on this championship game. But the 24th is still open. If the Cavalry wanted to put that back on, I'm not sure. Cyclones I was talking to before the game, they're looking to get some more games in before regionals start. Again, whoever wins this game is into regionals no matter what happens between now and then. Mark looks right. Has a man again over the top. I think that was a blown assignment. Receiver goes inside. Mark looks outside. The corner was spun around there. 3rd down and 5 coming up. So again, whatever happens between, whoever wins this game, whatever happens between now and regionals is irrelevant. So I was talking to some of the Cyclone guys before the game, and they are wanting to set up games between now and regionals because they feel, just like the Cavalry guys, they feel they're winning this game today. Right now, they trail by 5. They feel they're winning this game, which means they want games to make sure they're ready to rock and roll for regionals. They're not sitting stagnant for 2 months. So you might see Bulldogs going to the Cyclones maybe if they win it. You might see, if Cavalry wins it, you might see Cavalry and Bulldogs coming up. So who knows what's going to happen between now and then. As a flag hits the field, false start on the offense, that's going to back them up to a 3rd down and 10. But one game I do know, strap up your seatbelts for this one. On the way to the stadium, I get a notification. The Oklahoma Bears, they are a 3-peat back-to-back champion for State Football League. They went shorthanded to nationals last year and took on the Detroit Ravens, who's like a 6-time national championship team. Every single person in the country counted them guys out, said they weren't going to win. They had no chance. They took a makeshift lineup with the QB that wasn't even theirs. It was one of those 3 people you're allowed to add on. added on a QB who didn't know the play, stepped in and did his thing. The flag down on the near side. He's short of the line to gain. We'll check the flag. But they go down to Florida, and they handled the Detroit Ravens to a tune, I believe it was 17-6, made the Detroit Ravens quarterback leave the field in the middle of the national championship game, packed his bags, and left. Oklahoma Bears win the league. They play the Kansas City Bulldogs July 31st, North Kansas City High School. That game has no implications on regionals, but it hands down could be a national championship game. So if you want to see a badass football game, Oklahoma Bears, Kansas City Bulldogs are going down. And here's the best part that I enjoy about it, is it's already been locked in. Part of that agreement is next year, you will see the Bulldogs travel to Oklahoma City to take on the Bears. So you're going to get a two-piece for the price of one. Bears, Bulldogs, July 31st. Next year, Bulldogs travel to the Bears. So that is a huge game. Again, Bulldogs are still trying to make sure they're tuned up and ready to go for the regionals. That game, it doesn't have any weight towards regionals. Bulldogs are on the inside track to regionals, and as long as they take care of business in regionals, that ball is underthrown again. If Mark can get that ball out top, he had two receivers begging for the ball. Carve the intended receiver. Corner slow to get up on that side. That's going to bring up a long fourth down. But Bulldogs, Bears, July 31st. If that, again, doesn't matter win or losing that game, Bears have the inside track in their region as they split them up this year. Bears will most likely, 99.9%, be in Florida come January. Bulldogs are already inside track to make it into regionals. I believe they've already clinched a regional spot. The seeding is the only thing that's kind of up for grabs, and we'll see that here in the next couple weeks. Or at least the first rankings come out. So Bulldogs will have to take care of business in regionals. Win, loss, or indifferent, doesn't matter about that Oklahoma game, but it is set July 31st. That's going to be a huge game. Shout out to the Bears. I believe they've got, hey, correct me if I'm wrong. If Kevin, you guys are in here, 2 losses, I think, in 4 years, 5 years. That kick, Feed Ming, takes an incredible bounce, rolls all the way down to the 1-yard line. Cyclones are pinned deep. We'll see what they can do here. Hey, Kevin, I see you in the chat. Hey, am I wrong? Where you guys at? 2 losses in 4 years, I think? Number 5, quarterback Zeke Scott. He's going to see what he can do. He's got 99 yards to go here. Yeah, so if you guys like football, man, at the semi-pro level, there's not too many teams in this era that you're going to see play football the way the Bulldogs play, the way the Bears play. Those 2 teams are elite teams. You're going to see both of those teams. I'd be willing to guess both of those teams, at least one of those teams, end up in Florida. Most likely both of those teams end up in Florida. Twins near side, Twins far side, on the 1-yard line. And the snap is dropped. He runs around and he slides down for a gain of 1, I believe. Oh, they're going to mark him. They can put him back down at the 1. I'm pretty sure he got past it. I guess it's where he started to slide. Nope, they give him a 1. 2nd down and 9. Bears are 30. There it is. 2 losses since 2019, man. And I don't care how you cut the pie. 2 losses in semi-pro is hard to do in that span. So, again, that's why I call these guys. They're an elite club, man, for sure. But back to these guys. I don't want to take anything away from what's going on the field, but that's news. We'll cover that at a different date. But that's the news I got on the way to the stadium. Is we are 2nd down and 9. Cyclone pinned deep. A bobble snap in the end zone again. I haven't seen a call. There was a fumble. I don't know if it was a safety. I don't know if it's a touchdown. There has not been a signal yet. Quarterback, is that the official call? Mo's on. There's the official call. Safety. Cavalry. Defense getting the job done. I'm not sure what happened with the snaps there. I don't know. Again, they're a very young team. That could have been pressure. It could have been emotions. I'm not sure what it was, but 2 bad snaps back to back, and you haven't seen a bad snap all game long. There you see some of the emotions kind of getting into these young guys. There's still a lot of football game left to go. Everyone's on the snap. There hasn't been an issue on the snap all game long until right there. So I'm assuming the center is a young guy, man. This game's got a lot of emotions. A lot of people talk, well, this league isn't strong or that league isn't strong. Whatever league it is, it's irrelevant, man. A championship game is a championship game. I remember my first time playing football for the Bulldogs. We went to the championship game. I was sitting in the championship game, and I was nervous. I remember talking to a good friend of mine, Dorsey Golston. Shout out to Dorsey Golston, the Reaper. He had to take me aside and just tell me, he's like, hey, man, you're the top kicker in the league right now. We haven't really needed you anyway. Let the team do what they do and just have fun. This game is no different than any other game. Just go have fun. But I remember I was out on the field, and I was shaking, man. I was nervous. So these guys are feeling it, man. Semi-pro, you've spent months getting to this level. You spent money. You sacrifice time. You sacrifice work. You sacrifice family time, your body at this level just to play a game, and you get to this championship game, and it's at this point in semi-pro, there's no, hey, next year we got it. A lot of these guys, man, this is it. It's you get this championship and you make this entire year pay off, or it was all for nothing. Punt receives around the 27, up the middle he goes, chopped down at midfield by number 14, Bradley Randall. I believe he got over the 50-yard line. I know he left his feet at the 50. Looks like they're going to mark him down at the 50. I believe that is the 2-minute warning signal I received from Mo. 2-minute warning. Cavalry up 10-3. Cyclones struggling to find an answer right now on defense. They had an answer, and their offense just kind of shot them in the foot. So we'll see if Cyclones defense steps up to the challenge again and gives that ball back to the offense. Hey, what up, Coach Hester? Speaking of Coach Hester, hey, man, everyone give it up, Coach Hester, in the chat. He just got nominated for the Minor League Football Report Semi-Pro Hall of Fame nomination. So this year there was a lot of nominations that went in, and Coach Hester was one of only 3 coaches nationwide nominated for the Hall of Fame. This man has been around this game at pro, arena, college, semi-pro, you name it. He's been around it longer than most of these guys on the field today have been alive. Probably not longer than a lot of the Bulldogs. They're like 40 years old anyway, but a lot of these guys on the field, Coach Hester's been at it longer than these guys have been alive. So shout out Coach Hester on the nomination for the Hall of Fame. Hopefully you get selected on the first bid, Coach. Appreciate you. Hey, good job, as always, hanging out with you. His youngest son just graduated from Lansing High School this year. Plays football, but he also had a scholarship for a wrestler. I believe he was at a wrestling tournament today. On the way here, I saw him take gold in his first event. So little Hester doing big things. He's a young man who's grown up in the dog pound, so it's always a good time seeing these young kids who've been in the dog pound since they were 5 out here doing great things in life. As Mark is unable to link up there, pass thrown behind the receiver, that he had some green in front of him, an extra 5 to 10 yards with nobody there, but unable to link up. Or 2nd and 10 from the 50-yard line. I believe that's 15 since 2010. Sorry, I got lost, man. I was calling the game. 15 losses since 2010. Is that what that is, Kevin? For those of you who don't know Coach Cox, man, Coach Cox is a dude who's well known. If you know football in the Oklahoma, anywhere in that area, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, false start is the call. This line is jumping early. I was kind of talking to my wife a little bit about that earlier when I muted the mic, that they've been jumping early. Just wasn't called, and it's starting to get picked up now. But Kevin Cox, man, anytime you talk to a team in Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, and Kevin Cox's name is thrown out there, everyone has nothing but positive things and respect to say to this dude. So whatever he's been doing, regardless of what team he's on, he knows the game, and he's very well respected all the way around. So shout out to him doing the right thing as well. That's the kind of stuff you need, man. We talk about semi-pro all the time and how a lot of these guys get bad raps for being semi-pro and not enough pro, but Kevin is one of those dudes who bring the pro to this game, and it's always good to see, regardless of who you're with. Little miscommunication there on the far side as Cavalry has trips to the near side. Looking right, still looking right. He's got himself a pocket, breaks the pocket himself as Mark rolling around. Heavy pressure, takes a shot to the face. They're not going to throw a flag as the ref comes in and says he was within 1 yard of you when he made contact. Get back to the huddle, no flag. It's always easier to say from up here, but Mark had time if he stepped forward in his pocket there. The line created a nice little pocket. All he had to do was step up in the pocket. But again, it's always easier to say from the skybox where you can see what's going on, but he breaks the pocket to the right into pressure, unable to find a receiver. Coach Ray down here, I think Coach Ray's trying to make his way up into the booth. Maybe he's making his way up into the shade, sitting right below us here. Coach Ray, defensive coordinator for the Kansas City Bulldogs. I think he's trying to get into the booth. Cavalry twins the left side, twins the near side. Third down and a long way to go, 3rd and 15. Looking left, a little quick pass out to the flat. He's got a man blocker out front. Down the sideline he goes. Did he get the first down before he stepped out of bounds? As he high steps and tiptoes his way down the sideline, they give it to him, moving the chains. I just got a message. Dorsey Golson coming up at half. I'm going to step aside and go see if Coach Ray is trying to get in. I'll be right back. He said Mark should have kicked the field goal. Again, Mark and his receivers are just not on the same page there. What was this? Juice runs the wheel out of the backfield. 2nd down and 10. They playing too far off quick. So that's the struggle they've had. They figured the first half or that first drive, Cyclones just picked apart the 5 to 7 yard routes. Cyclones were able to come down on that the last few possessions and take that away. Cavalry started taking shots over the top. You see Cyclones starting to get a little uncomfortable trying to take away the deep shots. Now Cavalry is readjusting. So it's going to be a battle of coaches' minds. It's a little chess match going on. Again, you see Coach Russ. He's dialed in, locked in on that far side as Mark rolls, steps up in the pocket under heavy pressure, and down he goes. Sack made by number 55, Andrew Christie. We're inside of 2 minutes. Again, I don't have a clock. Timeout, Cavalry. Here we go. 2nd and 10 after the timeout. Who gets the ball after the hot? Cyclones receive the second half kickoff as Mark skies a wobbly pass. Jump ball to the end zone. Broken up. Bring up a 3rd down and 10, but it does stop the clock. Again, I don't have the clock to tell you, so I know we were inside of 2 minutes a while ago, so it can't be too much time left on the clock. Yeah, Cyclones receive the second half kick. Both of these teams, well coached. They're going to take themselves to the locker room. They're going to make some adjustments. I expect to see Cyclones offense be able to move the ball when we come out of the second half, but again, there's a lot of football left to be played here. Coach Ray joining us in the booth, defensive coordinator for the Bulldogs, sitting over my shoulder, snacking on some McDonald's. He said cheat day. Hey, we bulk 365 days a year around here, Coach. Mark drops back. He's got a man open in the seam and throws the ball away. There's a man in the middle of the field without a defender within 20 yards of him. Is number 17. Unable to see him. 4th down and 10. I believe that is he points towards the Cavalry. I believe that was a last time out for the Cavalry. Again, I don't have a mic. They don't have a scoreboard. So I believe most signals to the Cavalry charging their last time out. Fourth and 10. We'll see what they dialed up after the huddle. That's a false start. Gonna back him up again. False start Cavalry. That was the receiver, number 17 here on the near side. He's having a rough go right now. 4th and 15. Late second quarter. Come on, Cyclones, bring it home. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us. So Cavalry back in the huddle, trying to get things figured out. There's one receiver out, hanging out by the ref, who's not in the huddle. I don't play offense, so I don't know why receivers do that. I always figured everyone's got to be in the huddle, so I'm assuming he's not going to get the ball. He has no clue what's going on. And they throw it his way anyway, and it's intercepted. This might be a pick six as he's got a blocker out in front. Again, that receiver was not in the huddle at all. Flag down. Cyclones take it to the house. We'll see what this flag is. But again, that receiver wasn't in the huddle. Mark wanted to come back. The receiver ran the 9. Call is a touchdown. Step aside. Check the flag. Cavalry's offense is staying on the field, it looks like, for the moment. We'll check. Mark is heading down to the end zone to go get his football back. They left it in the end zone. The refs are meeting up in the middle. We're going to check Coach Mo's, or Ref Mo's going to have the signal here as soon as they figure this out. The refs are all meeting up in the middle. Twan's down there. Not exactly sure what this call is. It looks like all the Cyclones coaches are out there. The pick was clean. Is that a holding call on the defense there? I didn't see it, so if that's a holding call on the defense, they're going to take that touchdown back, but I didn't see it. Like I said, I called it. That receiver never even came to the huddle, had no clue what the route is. Mark threw the out ball. The receiver took the 9 route. Looks like that's going to send us into halftime. Cyclones are not happy about it. Their coach is fired up and well deserved. Again, I can't see everything. I'm going to check the replay, but I didn't see a holding in live action. I'm going to check the replay at halftime, but Cyclones coaches, they're fired up and they are not leaving the field. As First City Cavalry is being called back out onto the field. I don't know exactly what's going on here. In my opinion, that was a clean pick 6. I called that before the play was started, but yeah, Anthony, if that was a hold on the way back, though, it should still be Cyclones' ball. I can see a hold maybe on the return, but there was only one receiver up that way, and he clearly, he wasn't touched. He just ran a straight 9 down the hash marks, and the ball was underthrown. Okay, so Cavalry's defense, I think that is on the field. Okay, so hold on the return. I can understand that. There definitely wasn't a hold on the actual play. So I guess they're going to get a hold on the return is the call. Cyclones take the ball late second quarter here. I don't know, man. Coach Ray, do you see something I didn't?
It didn't look like a holding to me. Looked in.
Yeah,
Looks like I figured out here.
I'm still confused. I think he picked the ball off in that area, and there wasn't a man within 15 yards. So maybe it was up here. Then what? Holding's what, 5 yards? Or spot foul on that play? I don't know. Anywho, back underway. 1st and 10 is the Cyclones just prior to halftime. Obviously a red card, Anthony said. Underneath route, picks up the 1st down, gets to the 50. And that will take us to halftime. Score of 10-3. We're going to step aside. We're going to play some Kansas City music at halftime. We're going to go get some drinks. We're going to chill out. We'll see you on the other side of this for the last 30 minutes of the MFL 2021 championship game. Appreciate you all hanging out with us.
These niggas wannabes. Yeah. sponsor, nigga. You know what the fuck going on? These niggas just wanna live like this, but they can't. Yeah, I'm who they wanna be. These niggas wannabes. They ain't got no cheese, these niggas just sleep. I be out the house, fuck it, I be out of town. You don't know the route, you ain't never sold a pound. Nigga call my phone, better know what's going down. Young jock, keep a tray pound, niggas know the sound. We gon' shoot that bitch up, we ain't talking it out. These niggas do too much talking while they falling out. Niggas talking about a drought, bitch, we standing now. I had that shit up in the, I ain't saying it now. Yeah, get your ass to run around. You a broke pussy nigga tryna hang around. Yeah, you will bring the whole gang down. We ain't saying shit to these niggas, not a name around. Yeah, fuck it, we gon' lay them down. We gon' take them down like we Chris Brown. Yeah, nigga pause. I was tryna get in the game, they ain't passed the ball. Fuck, I was a paw. Now I make it rain and they clapping ass. Round of applause. Fuck it, I'm a dog, I'm a big bear, you a cub. Not at all, you a fake nigga just watching, not involved. You a pussy nigga, stay station, you ain't raw. I'm on call for this G shit. Nigga, call my phone, hey, fuck it, I'ma be quick. Nigga, you know how the streets get. Nigga, you better know that we really lit. I be flexing on these niggas, they don't stand by. Pay 600 for my kicks, yeah, I'm damn fly. Pay 600 for my kicks, just a hoop. Spent 1,000 in Versace, I ain't even want it, ooh. Nigga, what you saying? Supreme hoodie and a babe T10. Babe draws, little bitch, I'm the man. Gucci size, Gucci belt, what the fuck? These niggas broke, stop playing. I got 5 bands on me now, I'm saying. I ain't tryna cut a check, baby, I'm saying. Only got cash, no account, I'm saying. Long as they making this shit, we gon' get it. Long as we living like this, you gon' listen. Long as I'm talking my shit, boy, I'm tripping. Long as these niggas mad at
Landmark that.
Basement Beat Production with Jason, the beat maker.
I'm KC.
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 KC.
I'm Kansas City, but they call it Killer City. KANSASCITY. Ask where I'm from, then they'll see my reply. I'm KC till the day that me diving, reppin' 81691 Trace since I knee high. I'm Paul Rudd. I'm Maurice Green. I'm Tech 9 Travis and Strange Street Team. Every night we pop. I'm Icy Rock. I'm DJ Fresh, DJ Rice. I might be Jock. I'm K-Rock. I'm a fallen soldier. A royal in the major league, so they all oppose us. Fort KC, Chief 68 Riot. I'm Gates and Sons, Jack Stacks and Arthur Bryant. I'm a real rider. Call me Shantae. I'm Killer City. Out a Hyundai. I'm the popper, the pretty face on a poster. I'm the plaza. P&L is on the roast. I'm Country View, where I'm known to post up. At the Bristol with wine drinking on mimosas. Got a little sweet vodka, I'm already sipping. I'm Don Cheadle, Little Bobby, and I'm Eddie Griffin. I'm KC. 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 I'm Kansas City, but they call it Killer City. KANSASCITY. Ask where I'm from, then they'll see my reply. I'm KC till the day that me diving, reppin' 81691 Trace since I knee high. Go chicken, go with them fire gizzards. I'm Kansas City Monarchs and the KC Wiz. I'm Holy Temple. I'm Bill Bacott. I'm Bonzil and Captain Bonzil throwing helipods. Like I'm Romeo. Had a club called The Heart where many people were known to go. I'm Town Center, Crown Center, Sprint Center, Kemper Arena, Starlight, Independence Event Center. I'm Southeast Center, John Sams, Carol Green. I'm Brittany Atkins, Lincoln High School girls team. I'm the Gants, I'm the Duns, I'm the Bears, I'm the Willises and Dooleys. Rep for Casey like I'm Paris. I'm Aunt Peeler. I'm Joe Rainey, the Rush Brothers, Tyrone Lou, and all ballers that go Maney. I'm Jeff Dayton, Durrell Kearney plus Terrell. I'm Hogan High, so I'm Marcus Denman from the 12. I'm KC. I'm KC. I'm KC. I'm KC. I'm KC. I'm KC. I'm Kansas City, but they call it Killer City. KANSASCITY. Ask where I'm from, then they'll see my reply. I'm KC till the day that me diving, rep
reppin' 81691 Trey since I'm knee-high. Ike Lee Joe, D-Loc and Dilemma Flow. I'm the Chateau Lounge, Conference Cove and Chemicals. I'm the Bannister, the Landon, and Oak Park. I'm Longview Lake, Brush Creek, and Swope Park. R.I.P. Lunatic, my bro that got me. I'm Janelle Monáe, Eminem and Joe that Watley. Hustling on 7-1, making pit stops. I be writing for a living like I'm Jason Whitlock. Get my shirt done by Dempsey on Steve-O, pumping like Bodie Highway with Big T and Pizzo. Comment Sean Malto when I skate through. Out my window at the courthouse loft, there's a great view. I'm Fairyland Park, one day on a carousel. Prospect Truce, I'm Quindero and Parallel. I'm Niecy, plus I'm Peachtree. Call 816 and 913 if ever need to reach me. I'm KC. 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 I'm Kansas City, but they call it Killer City. KANSASCITY. Ask where I'm from, then they'll see my reply. I'm KC till the day that me die. Been reppin' 81691 Trey since I'm knee-high.
Now you can find me with my eyes low, riding low. Passenger side, gotta make them heads start turning while I'm passing them by. Soon as I step up on the scene, I see that look in your eye. I tell them they don't really want it. Nah, they don't really want it. Back up off this kid, let your lid. Shit, they say I'm off the grid. Toss your bed, I stick your mid. Ain't nobody else do it like I did. I get that green, you know my style. Know how the fuck I break this down. I make it pound when I hit your town. I kick that crown, don't dick around. I'm in this main. Yeah, you see me. Other rhymers wanna be me. Big timers, big signers. Call my phone and say they need me. Cause we bring it hard. Every track, every bar, every time, every rhyme. But when I bring it up, better get mine. I ball, man. From the go. Never act like you ain't know. I ain't playing bad. I bring it. No, I mean it from the flow. Overdrive every show. High speed, never slow. Never fall, never fade. Never pay to play a show. I keep it gutter. We always grind, and you can find me in the back of the club. We sit with something shiny. I'm on that silver 7, super do it. I can do it, baby. All bets off. It's on when I set off. Set it off, set it off, set it off, set it off. You can roll if you wanna, but you know you're gonna have to let it ride, let it ride, let it ride, let it ride. When the chips on the table, hope you able enough to let it ride, let it ride, let it ride, let it ride. When the chips on the table, hope you able enough to set it off, set it off, set it off, set it off. You can roll if you wanna, but you know you're gonna have to set it off.
Cyclones, yes, I hold down my city. From the middle where the Mac you dudes is silly. You act like you don't know me, but you keep jocking us. Real talk, no game, so put your whistles up. Game over, not flip, you talking crazy, get flipped. Not the sock, I hear the flows that believe you a cotton mouth. Hey, crib when I enter, these lames know what I claim. It's a shame if they don't, I have a sprint to the center. Where I'm from, we get it cracking, fresh 2-3s on the feet and jeans, you never see me slacking. The killer city keep lyrics that boggle minds. On the fit in 2 letters and ain't no joke, but I, man. Fella dogs, DT, one way, my entourage, straight deep kids, so don't play. Next time you in the neck of my woods, just wait, I'll show you, cause I am the state's yeah.
Set it off, set it off, set it off. You can roll if you wanna, but you know you're gonna have to let it ride, let it ride, let it ride, let it ride. When the chips on the table, hope you able enough to let it ride, let it ride, let it ride, let it ride. When the chips on the table, hope you able enough to set it off, set it off, set it off, set it off. You can roll if you wanna, but you know you're gonna have to set it off, set it off, set it off, set it off. You can roll if you wanna, but you know you're gonna have to let it ride, let it ride, let it ride, let it ride. When the chips on the table, hope you able enough to let it ride, let it ride, let it ride, let it ride. When the chips on the table, hope you able enough to set it off, set it off, set it off, set it off. You can roll if you wanna, but you know you're gonna have to set it off, set it off.
Man, yeah, I know y'all feel this, you know what I'm saying? Recognize this fury from KC, Missouri, son. Man, 816, suck ass tricks, punk bitch. Yeah, I thought I told y'all before, I ain't got no face.
They call me Sauce.
That sound good, don't it? Yeah, listen, look. I represent my city right.
City right.
Show you what our city like.
City like.
It's more than barbecue and gun sounds.
Gun sounds.
When it comes to our city life,
City life.
that's why I represent my city right.
City right.
And if you catch a Kansas City flight,
City flight.
just know that we gon' hold you down. We gon' shine cause our city bright. Kansas City lights, middle of the map. Baby, I'm a owner. Kansas City persona. Barbecue my aroma. This feel like 18th and Vine with the grown-ups. I hopped out the ride with something fine. When I showed up, it came from a Kansas City vine. What I pulled up back and forth across state line. Now they know what's came from them concrete lines. But we rose up, you know they red lines couldn't hold us. My bros up, product of that racial residential segregation. But we not gonna let it take it, make us lazy. See, this greatness takes a lot to get in places. But we here now, yeah, it's all year now. Shooting all our fears down. Like the Kaufmans and the Halls, this is my heartland. Startland City can't knock our plans. Laced by the hustlers out of Wyandotte, man. Now I slide on beats like the cha-cha dance, yeah. I represent my city right.
City right.
Show you what our city like.
City like.
It's more than barbecue and gun sounds.
Gun sounds.
When it comes to our city life,
City life.
that's why I represent my city right.
City right.
And if you catch a Kansas City flight,
City flight.
just know that we gon' hold you down. We gon' shine cause our city bright. Kansas City lights.
These Kansas City lights will mesmerize you. On the other hand, them gunshots will petrify you. Our energy electrifies you. Block hotters and aggressive fire. Right now, this the time brighter than the plaza when it's going into Christmas time. Planes landing if you look high. Black people come to trick or treat on the Brookside. Focus on my bag growing. Right inside the district, they got jazz going. We all getting money, you can see the sales. Might wiggle a little bit through the P&L. The Westport is jam-packed, open mic booming. Everybody think they can rap. G's putting on a show, you should come to watch. I got that bright glow, shining like 100 watts.
Look, I represent my city right.
City right.
Show you what our city like.
City life.
It's more than barbecue and gun sounds.
Gun sounds.
When it comes to our city life,
City life.
that's why I represent my city right.
City right.
And if you catch a Kansas City flight, just know that we gon' hold you down. We gon' shine cause our city bright. Kansas City lights. City lights.
KC Mo, stand up one time. We bring it hard. You know the name. We ain't front, never stunned. We ain't changed. Yeah. KC, know we running this spot. Hey yo, tell these motherfuckers that we coming. Ready? We bring it hard. You know the name. We ain't front, never stunned. We ain't changed. Yeah. KC, know we running this spot. Hey yo, tell these motherfuckers that we coming. Ready? Boom, boom, make room. Yeah, we back. Turn your system up. Yeah. All your haters sit back, better listen up. Listen, as I bring it to you bar for bar. Enough blast to blow the speakers out the back of your car. Ha! I'm in the position to steal your attention. When I'm spitting to make you feel what was written. Feel what I vision. Swimming in the tears that we're missing. Years that we're given from intellect to verbal collision. Come on. Been serving detentions for nervous decisions. Makes me start to wonder who loves and who hates me. But I stay focused with my head up high. Middle finger to my critics while I'm passing you by. Yeah, we coming hard if you're ready or not. Your favorite rapper in the game, yeah, we taking his spot. Credulous and that vandal by the name of Lloyd Daniel, about to make them start banging their heads. Yeah, you know we bring it hard. You know the name. We ain't front, never stunned. We ain't changed. Yeah. KC, know we running this spot. Hey yo, tell these motherfuckers that we coming. Ready? We bring it hard. You know the name. We ain't front.
changed.
Yeah.
Can't see, no, we running this spot.
Hey yo, tell these motherfuckers that we coming. Ready, yeah. One for the money, dose for those who show respect for my music and support of my shows. Three for the ladies who get out on the floor, recite every word like they fell in love with my flows. Four for the haters who keep fueling my fire. Cynical smiles just make it hard to retire. Five for the credit crew, especially you. Those who keep screaming out, that's how we do.
That's how we do.
Yeah, my fans are crazy. They support me from KC to Germany, baby. Feeling what I'm doing, so I do what I feel. Realest to the real without a six-figure deal. I got my name on your girl and she wearing it proud. Then she hear me on the radio and turn it up loud. Make it pound, make it rock in your city, in your block. It sound like KC, know we coming. Ready,
Read it hard. You know the name. We ain't front, never stunned. We ain't changed.
yeah.
Can't see, no, we running this spot.
Hey yo, tell these motherfuckers that we coming. Ready,
Read it hard. You know the name. We ain't front, never stunned. We ain't changed.
yeah.
Can't see, no, we running this spot.
Hey yo, tell these motherfuckers that we coming. Ready or not.
Crack your listen, Lloyd Daniel. We on the track, bring it back harder than a heart attack. Know what I'm saying? Cause we stay true, cause we rolling with the grid crew. You know that's how we do.
Yeah, I'm heard with the best of them. Serve to the rest of them. Make these motherfuckers get nervous and start checking them. Off my list of real MCs. It's only time for somebody gon' blow in KC. I'm like something you can never erase. You want a track? Yeah, I got you. Hit me up on MySpace. We coming hard, every bar leaves scars. Regardless opposition, my position is flawless. Made them feeling 04, bouncing 05. Y'all get every ounce of energy from me till I die. So when you hear this going, throw your hands high. Now make that shit bounce like you would in your ride. We bring it hard, harder than steel. I know you feel me. Real, realer than the next, what you expect. You never find no one that fill my slot. Hey yo, tell these motherfuckers that we coming. Ready,
Bring it hard. You know the name. We ain't front, never stunned. We ain't changed.
yeah.
Can't see, no, we running this spot.
Hey yo, tell these motherfuckers that we coming. Ready,
Bring it hard. You know the name. We ain't front, never stunned. We ain't changed.
yeah.
Can't see, no, we running this spot.
Hey yo, tell these motherfuckers that we coming. Ready or not.
So during halftime, we talked to some of the officials. The call on the return was I believe they said a crackback block is what brought the points off the scoreboard. So here we are getting ready for the second half kickoff. The ball is laying down on the tee, and as a kicker myself, that drives me absolutely nuts. So I'm assuming he's going to toe poke this ball to get us started here. Second half championship game. There's the toe poke. That ball's going to sail over their head. Fielded about the 15, rolls in about the 12. Up the middle he goes. He's got a wall here on the left-hand side. Flag down. Chaz Union escorts him out of bounds just outside of the 40, but we'll go back and check the flag. So holding is the call. Yeah, Steven, if you're talking about what I was talking about, I was told it was a crackback block. He was facing his own end zone and made the block, I guess was the call. Nonetheless, second half underway. Still a one possession ball game. A lot of football left. Cyclones going to settle in for their first possession of the second half. Trips here to the near side, single set all the way to the far side. Running back behind him in a pistol set right now. He's still checking the sideline, looking for a new call. Running back goes the opposite direction. He's got a man fist fighting for the ball. Ball falls incomplete. DeMonte Pearson on the coverage, I believe. Or he is the safety help over the top. Cyclones taking their time to get back to the huddle. All the receivers on the field are walking. None of them were involved in the huddle, so I'm assuming you'll see a run play here. Trips to the near side. Single working his way all the way out to the far side again on the numbers. And there's the run play right on cue. Around to the left. Little stiff arm action. Rolls out to about the 27, 28 yard line. Bringing up a much more manageable 3rd down and 2. But that's the kind of thing that, again, it's easier to see in the booth. When your receivers do not make the huddle, I'm going to guess it's a run play. At least got to make an attempt to get to the huddle. Hand off to the left again. He gets to about the sticks, picks up the 1st down, no flags. Cyclones moving the chains here early on, 3rd quarter. Handoff right back to the left-hand side. Flags thrown in the backfield as he gets up for a gain of 8. Coach for the Cavalry is coming out. Trying to find the call. I don't know if they called the timeout. Holding is the call against the offense. Hey, Coach Russ is not happy. He's throwing hands over there. Somebody's getting an earful. So Cavalry pulled the old hockey shift change move and brought a brand new defense out. Cavalry only have 10 guys on the field right now after that exchange. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. Maybe they've got 11. I couldn't count. Handoff up the middle again. Roll around the left-hand side. Stiff arm out of bounds at about the 31. I thought that was going into 3rd down, but it looks like we are 2nd down and 11. After, was that 4 handoffs to the left-hand side in a row? Again, we called that earlier in the game. I don't know if that's something they've seen on film or if that's just confidence they have in the left side of their offensive line, but all of their runs have been to the left-hand side so far this game. All their trip sets are to the left-hand side. Cavalry are all out of sorts. Guys running off the field. Coach is not happy. He is fired up again. Whatever they are doing, Coach is not happy as they burn an early timeout here. So after the timeout, 2nd down and 11. Hey, I see you, Anthony. Run left. If you want that tutty, run left. Shout out to my dudes up there. Run Left Podcast. If you guys are a fan of Semi-Pro, check out Run Left Podcast. They do a Sunday night episode. Receiver comes back to the ball. There's nobody there for help. Down the sideline, cuts inside. He's got blocked. He shot himself in the foot. That gopher jumps out of nowhere, trips him up. That should have been 6. Touchdown at the 25. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite him. He was wide open. No one there. Sniper on the play. Shot him down. Sniper got everyone laughing up here. He posted Sniper in the chat. On the comeback route, man, that should have been 6. Cyclones are on a roll here. Hey, again, Run Left. If you guys like podcasts, go on Facebook, type in Run Left. It's a kind of a white and red logo. They do a show every Saturday night that they put out every Monday morning. So your Monday morning ride to work, they'll have all these semi-pro drama, all these semi-pro scores, all the updates from this entire Midwest area. They'll bring it all to you in one location. He said, damn, Casey Sniper. It's a bunch of thugs out here, Richard, I'm telling you. Speaking of, I want to see that game. So the Tennessee Stampede are playing the Missouri Valley Pitbulls in St. Louis. Hey, MVP might be a bunch of thugs tonight. I got to tune in and see that one. Right back up the left-hand side again, falling forward. Whatever it is at halftime Cyclones found, it is working. Again, I don't know if that's by design. They seen something on film, or if that's just the trust they have in that left side of the line. Yeah, there is a storm blowing in here to our left, so we'll see. There was expected to be some lightning here later this evening, so we'll see how much of this game we get in. Trips to the left. The trips have been to the left side all night long. There is a drone flying over the field, which is kind of throwing me off. I didn't think they were allowed to fly drones. First and goal inside the 10, down to a 9-yard line. Cyclones are knocking on the door in their first possession. Cavalry took the first possession of the game, drove it down the field for a touchdown. Cyclones are trying to answer back. Hey, and if it starts raining and lightning, I'm in the booth. I got air conditioning. I got the windows shut. We're ready to rock and roll. So we'll see. The radar is clear for now, but there is dark, dark skies off to our left to the north here. Stack set here to the left, single to the right. Running back in a pistol set behind him. He finds the slant route, which was broken up, and here comes a flag. I don't know if you can call a pass interference on a deflection or holding on a deflection. I'm not sure. Hey, Coach Ray, speak up. I got Coach Ray who actually knows football over my shoulder.
But that one,
So if the penalty takes place before the deflection, pass interference on the defense, you're still going to get first down as we roll inside of the 5. They're going to spot the ball. I don't think they know where they're spotting the ball at. The 3, the 4, he's doing a little side-to-side dance. Ball's down at the 4. First and goal from the 4. Cyclones knocking on the door. Their defense is down here huddled up. They know they're still in this ball game. It is a great game to watch so far. That was kind of a tricky play. Offensive line doing the job, pulling their guys forward. Now, this is what kind of gets me, though. So you use your running back and you run the ball to the left-hand side all the way down the field to get you 60 yards. Then you get away from it when you're first and goal.
playbook does compress when you.
Hey, run it left. You want that tutty, run left. Apparently you don't watch the podcast, Coach. Apparently you don't watch the podcast.
I need to watch.
You need to watch the podcast. Quarterback got his hands up. I think they do have a mic because the quarterback keeps reaching up to his earpiece trying to cover his ears. I think he's got a headset in his helmet, and didn't look like he was too happy with that play call. As we run back to the left-hand side, stacked up at the goal line. They're going to mark him at like the half-yard line, bringing up a 3rd down. 35 ISO, shovel pass. I don't know if y'all can hear Coach, but he's naming up all kinds of craziness. Hey, the fans are getting into it. I can hear the rumble. I thought it was thunder at first, but
I tell you, you go 2 tight end set, get you a sniffer back and a running back there. You got numbers. Got numbers to the left.
So you want that tutty run left, you said?
You want it, yeah, you want it run left. It looks like they're all stacked on the left-hand side with motion.
And right to the right-hand side they go.
And
He
touchdown.
Barrels in, touchdown. They're a PAT away from tying this up. These stands are rumbling and shaking right now. So we do know these Cyclones have an accurate kicker, and he's got plenty of leg. I'm curious to see what happens if this storm is still coming in over the top of us here. If it has lightning in it and we get delayed at a tie ball game, the wind is picking up. I see coaches' hats flying off. It might affect the kicking game, but I do not foresee it being an issue here. If you kick this, I believe they snapped this from the 2-yard line in this league. Everything is blowing around down here on the near. The wind is picking up. Cyclones bringing in a cyclone, she said. So I guess they're snapping from the 15. It's going to be an NFL distance, PAT, 32 yards. This wind is swirling. You can see it in the trees in the background. So this isn't just a give me. This is a 32-yard. This is NFL distance, PAT with the wind going nuts. Good snap, good hold. Ball is up. The wind is pushing against it. And that's the way the wind is going left to right. He misses it to the right-hand side. That's going to keep us in a 1-point ball game. Again, the kicking game as we go down the stretch is going to be crazy to watch. It is, right now it looks left to right, but it is swirling down here on the field. So as they get ready to do this, again, I don't know what the rules are for this games. He said Cavs tent looks nice and sturdy. Hey, we're in the booth, so I'm checking the radar. It says rain and possible lightning. We're in a thunderstorm watch right now, starting at about 7 o'clock here in the Kansas City area. But it has it rolling through 9 o'clock, so I don't know if they will call this game. I don't know if they will try to ride it out. But we're going to continue getting in what we can here. I would hate to see this ball game called at 9-10. That would kind of defeat the purpose of a championship game. That would piss me off. I know that. But that's why I'm in the booth and I'm not on the field. If it rains, we'll stay right here. If it's lightning, they will have to clear the stands. They'll clear the fields. The players have a locker room. The fans will be asked to return to their cars, I do believe is the rule. And I believe from every lightning strike, it's what, 30 minutes from the last lightning strike that they have to wait? Kind of a squib kick. Checks up at the 30, around the left-hand side. And he is brought down by a one-arm tackle by number 14 at the 31-yard line. He said postpone the rest of the game till next week in St. Louis. There was a few changes. I was originally told this game was on the 17th, which I guess that was wrong. And then I was told it was at University Academy, which is the home of the Kansas City Panthers, which isn't a surprise because that's the league president, Coach Jimmy Ross. That's his team plays over there, so he had connections there. So that wasn't a surprise to me to get the game there. But then I was told, again, I've been on vacation this week, so I didn't really have my phone, midweek that it was changed due to construction, I think, over to this stadium, which this stadium, hands down, is one of the best stadiums in the Kansas City area, if not the best. So it's not a huge issue that it's here, but false start again. The offensive line is struggling. Cyclones are showing heavy pressure. The Cavalry line is struggling to hold their water here on the front line. We were kind of calling that earlier in the game. I don't know if you guys seen it from where you were at. They were jumping early. It just wasn't being called. Meadows in the chat. It's always an interesting chat when Meadows gets involved. We'll just see. We'll sit around and watch the chat and see what plays out. Hey, Rich, what time's that MVP game kickoff? 7? Trying to see if the Thugs are winning or not. Hey, KC Thugs, St. Louis are like brothers, right? We know they're thugging over there too. Tell their coaches and officials to call me or that game's not happening. Woo! Big hit as he rolls around the right-hand side. Picks up. He got his ankle stepped on and rolled his ankles, number 42. Again, I don't have complete rosters. Number 42, Jordan Miles, looks like he's kind of shaking up. He's going to shake that one off. He said 7 o'clock kickoff. MVP, Stampede. So my understanding from that game, hey, correct me if I'm wrong, there's only 3 teams left. And the way the league, and a team, this is a league that started with like 50 teams. They're down to the final 3. Everyone else left. From my understanding is this game, the winner goes to the championship. The loser plays the Cougars next week in the only playoff game. And then that winner goes to play the winner of tonight, is what my understanding is. Hey, Pitbulls, I do not know if they have a broadcast. We're in Kansas City. I don't know who's out there. I don't know if they're going to broadcast it. Usually they don't have a broadcast. But they might. Rich would know. Hey, Rich, we done played you 4 times, and I got a gash from my helmet that says otherwise. Mark drops back, looking right. Oh, a little miscommunication there. That ball might have went for 6 if they were able to communicate. Ball falls harmlessly to the turf. Cyclones are kind of feeling themselves here. They're going to bring up I believe it's going to be a 4th down. Cavalry worked their way off the field, clinging to a 1-point lead. 2021 championship ball game. There's a Cyclones player making his way to the locker room. I'm not exactly. Maybe he's just got to go to the bathroom. A little quick break. Who was that this year? The quarterback. Ravens. Was that who it was? No. The punting unit is on. He's going to have the wind kind of at his back here, so as long as he gets his ball high snap. A fake punt.
No.
He was under pressure. He couldn't get the kick off. He ducks one. Cyclones get a break there. His shoe came off. Everything else came off except for the kick. That ball is down at the 31. The Cyclones have all the momentum here in the second half. He said he's got to poop. Hey, here he comes. I think he's holding his arm. He might be going to the doctor. He went and got his bag. He's holding his right arm close to his side. I don't know if that's a collarbone issue, a rib, a shoulder. It looks more like a shoulder. Maybe not. I'm not sure. Now he's moving. Maybe he just had to go get the gloves, fellas. Maybe he just had to get the gloves. That too. 29-yard line. Cyclones on the ball, down by 1. Third quarter, championship game. Handoff to the left. Breaks it outside. Stays on his feet, met at the 31. So he ran a long, long ways for a -1 yards. Linebackers were able to string out that play there for the Cavalry. Kept him moving to the outside. We're there to clean up the play. It was a good play on the defense there. Ain't heard from number 1. So he had the first few receptions here early on in that first drive that they scored on. He's been targeted a few times since then with no receptions, I believe, since early in the first quarter. So he's had a few, but he's been running a lot of decoys since then. He's been open a few times, just unable to link up. Cyclones have been bringing heavy pressure. The Mark has been very uncomfortable sitting in the pocket since that first quarter, but Carr's out there. He's making some plays. Looking left. He's got a man over the middle. Is wide open. Number 10. Chopped down after a big gain. Nobody was around that man. Dion Scott is the number I have on the roster. Came over the middle on a broken coverage with nobody around. This crowd is still climbing into the game. That heavy black cloud is now directly above us, but it looks like it's kind of blowing off east, so maybe we might be all right for a little bit longer here. They're all stomping. 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line. Two running backs in for the first time this game. Over the middle again. Looked like the pass was maybe deflected, but it finds the man at the sticks. We'll see if they're gonna move the 6. 1st and goal from the 6. Cyclones have the momentum. Cavalry are reeling. They cannot find an answer right now. Anthony Douglas said, "Tell that to my natty ring." Hey, that's right. Down by 1. They have all the momentum. Hey, we're about to see if they run left. You want that, Tutty? Run left, they say. Twins the near side. 2 running backs on either side. He's got a man. And it's there. A great pass on an out route. Touchdown. Cyclones are going absolutely nuts right now. Here comes the flag for an excessive celebration as the kicker is trying to get these guys out of the end zone. So like we were talking about earlier, the Cyclones are very, very well coached. So coaches, if you're all hearing this, man, that was going to halftime. Whatever changes you guys made, it's evident out here on the field right now. The Cyclones made some huge adjustments. Everything they're doing on defense and offense is working. Cavalry are kind of scrambling. You see Coach Russ over there. He is fired up. But again, we kind of talked about it earlier. The Cavalry, it's a young squad. They're a second-year squad, so kind of maybe some inexperience here showing. Quarterback kicks the kicker off the field. Hey, let my boy kick the ball. They're trying to make up for the wind has died down now. But they got called for an excessive celebration, I believe, so that they're going to go for the 2-point try. I say let the kicker get out there and live his life, but they're going to try to make up the miss earlier when the wind kind of got a hold of that ball. It looks like they're kind of all out of sorts right now. They're calling for people to come in. They're calling for, I believe, his hand spinning, I think, was send the call back in. So there was a flag, but the ball is still spotted. I'm confused. I don't know. Maybe it's assessed after. Nonetheless, we got the 2-point try coming up. Had a man in and out of the hands of the intended retarget. 2-point try is no good. Cyclones up by 5. So now that I look at the score, I see they're 2 points to try to make it a 7-point ball game. I understand that now. That's why I'm in the booth and not on the field. But they called off the excessive flag. Okay. Meadow says, come on, X-Birds. So the Cyclones are getting a little assistance from the stands. Somebody sitting just below us is screaming, you're down one. And I believe they are short one, but nonetheless, the kick is a little chip kick. They let it go over their head, filled it at the 20. He finds a seam, bounces to the left side. He's still on his feet. Out across the 45. Looks like they mark him at the 48-yard line. The sun is starting to come back out here. Hey, anytime there's a KC versus St. Louis game, it's always fun to watch. $15-10. We've got to be midway through the third quarter. Again, I do not have the scoreboard is not on. There is no time clock, so I only know what you guys see. I'm not exactly sure. The Cyclones coach is out talking to Mo, who's the head official. He's got the turnover chain on. We'll see if Cavalry are able to respond. They've got to respond and get the momentum back. Juice rolls across the formation. And once again, they are flagged for a false start. We've got to be midway, I would guess, midway through the third. In a 5-point ball game, Cavalry are still all out of sorts, scrambling to find answers right now. And this was kind of the matchup that I know, so Coach Ray's still behind me. I kind of wanted to see this matchup at the beginning of the game. I knew talent-wise it was going to be very even, but I was wanting to see it was going to come down to the coaching to me. And so far, it looks like Cyclones were able to make adjustments, and the Cavalry have yet to make adjustments as this ball is thrown. A jump ball, the receiver goes up, and he makes the catch. That was kind of a 50-50 jump ball there thrown by Mark. But his receiver, he trusts the receiver to make the play. But again, going back, the Cavalry had the upper hand there first quarter on that first drive. It was evident. Right down the field they went, 0 issues. Cyclones were able to adjust on defense. Cavalry kind of stalled out a little bit, kind of got bailed out by some special teams errors. They go into the locker room. Cyclone makes adjustments. Cavalry have yet to respond to that. So kind of a little chess match between the coaches there.
It is. It looks like the Cyclones, they came out, they paired. Ooh, a little holding there.
They got that. There's 2 flags in.
They made the adjustments. They came out, they went up tempo and kind of caught Cavalry slipping. The Cavalry they couldn't bounce back, and hopefully this is their bounce back drive right now. The defense for the Cyclones looks like they have turned on the switch. So hopefully they can continue that, and the Cavalry and the offense can get going here and keep this game tight and make it a battle.
He said holding. I think every ref on the field caught that one.
I think people in the houses across the street saw that one.
That's going to back the Cavalry up. Now, I do not think the Cavalry have a kicker that can hit a field goal from that distance. I do not know. I haven't been around them yet this year. Nonetheless, 1st and 20. Juice comes across the formation. They've kind of seen this play about 7 times now. Sooner or later, they're going to give that ball to number 4 as he comes across the backfield. Running back is slow. Looks like he kind of tweaked his knee there. He is slow to get up. This is going to be an official's timeout. We're going to step aside as well as they tend to the running back and figure out. It looks like he's holding his knee. Hopefully, that's not a gruesome injury. Twins to the near side, twins to the far side. Here's that same thing. Juice rolls around the left side. They finally give it to him. Great plays. He chopped down with a short gain is number 25 on the stop. Maxwell Weber. He's backyard boogie. And that is going to send us to the 4th quarter. 5-point ball game. Cavalry on the ball in positive territory. 15 minutes left of regulation. We'll check with you on the other side of this pause and bring you the 4th quarter. Here we go, 3rd and long, 4th quarter. Looks like people are popping up umbrellas. You might have some rain coming down. The clock was, or the sound was turned off as we were waiting for the change quarter. Little shifty footwork there on the far side. It's going to make this a much more manageable. I believe they're going to have to keep the offense in here. I don't know if they have a kicker to make it, but they need the touchdown. Late 4th quarter, limited possessions left. Looks like a 4th down and 7. Offense is staying on. No hesitation there. Hey, Huncho, the sound was off as we took a break for the fourth quarter. Cyclones their fans are here. They've got a good, I'd say 100 or so fans here that travel with them. They're stomping on the stands. They're making it loud, shaking the camera. I won't say this is ball game because there's still a lot of football left, but you're very limited possessions. Mark catches the snap, looking left, under pressure, finds a man over the middle. He caught the ball at the sticks. It's going to be a matter of where he had possession. The refs are talking. They're standing on the 15, which is the yard to gain. Where do they put the ball? The sticks are spotted shy of the first down. The refs are standing on the other side of the first down. If the ball stays where it's at, they picked up that first down by about 3 inches. Cavalry aren't going to let them to have any time to talk about it. They move the sticks. Cavalry back with a first down, fresh set of sticks. Wow. The linemen are kind of going at it. This is not what you want to see in the championship game. It's been a clean game all the way through. Mo was starting a false start signal again, which kind of been the momentum. Every first down, they got to start behind the chains, apparently. False start is the official call from Mo. Cavalry coach is not happy. He's wanting an explanation. I think the issue is just they know the snap count, the line does, and they're just anticipating whatever Mark is doing on the call, they're trying to anticipate, and they're just getting off early. So once again, Cavalry find themselves behind the sticks early, 1st and 15. They can get another first down if they get inside the 5. Fake handoff. He's got a man. He's finding. Carr is shoved out of bounds. And no flag on the play. I kind of thought that was pass interference because he had his shoulder on him and then shoved Carr out of bounds onto his back. But the flag stays in the back pocket. Championship game. Refs are letting them play, but the Cavalry coaches are on the field letting them have it. Personally, I kind of thought that one was a flag. He got a step on number 25. Carr got around him to the outside. Got shoved down from behind. Flag stayed in the pocket. 2nd and 15. Handoff up the middle. Picks up about 6 or 7 as he bangs down inside the 15 to see where they spot him at. 3rd down and 9. Cavalry eating up a lot of clock here on this possession. 4th quarter. Yeah, and he's wore pink all year. He's a good friend of mine. He's got some family that's battling cancer, so shout out to him, man. Prayers for this guy and his family. So he's done it to represent his family. 3rd down and 9, and we run the ball to the right side. I'm not sure if that was something they thought they can catch him off guard. They had him in the backfield. He was able to break through 2 guys. Gets up to the 9-yard line, I believe, is where they're going to spot him to bring up a 4th down and 4. Speaking of your team, and you guys have a game in Atlanta, I believe, coming up. When is that game? I know we're all trying to tune in. If the live stream actually is up this time. Told y'all you should have just had the Outlaws up. Not going to throw out, a plug for us, but it is what it is. It looked like they got the defense to jump. I don't see a flag. Mark throws the ball, and it's going to be intercepted in the end zone. It brings the ball out to the 2. Is there no flag on that? Where's the flag at? Wow. Got a reflection in the window. Thursday, 2 p.m. our time, KC Glory women's professional football team makes their way to Atlanta for their inaugural. I'm going to say inaugural because it's their inaugural season, their first playoff appearance in their first year, making their way to Atlanta, doing big things. So shout out to you girls holding it down, representing the city. No flag, but they bring the ball out of the end zone rather than taking a knee. So their offense is going to be backed up inside the 2. Cavalry showing heavy pressure as both safeties are within 3 yards of the ball. Handoff goes to left-hand side. He's moving the pile still. The big boy's making a move. He got stopped at about the 1, but is able to get out across the 5. Again, I'm not sure how that last one wasn't a flag, but nonetheless, we continue to move on. 5-point ball game, fourth quarter. Can't be more than, I would say, 7 or 8 minutes left. Cavalry had the ball a long time and weren't unable to cash in there. Uh-oh. A little talking going on in the chat about the women's professional. I see you all. Second and 5. Handoff goes to the right-hand side, cuts it up the middle. First down and more out across the 15. No flags. Clock continues to roll. The clock is now on the side of the Cyclones as they continue to try to close this game out. Oh, that's not Coach Ray. That's the booth next to us. We can't control that. There's windows in between us. Nah, that has nothing to do with the lights. That is the booth next to us, the announcer's booth. There's a handful of people over there. Handoff back to the left. Cavalry were in the backfield and unable to make the tackle. Finally, they bring him down behind the line of scrimmage. Cyclones are trying to eat up clock. Cavalry have a defender slow to get off the field, kind of hobbles off the field. Cavalry need a stop now in the worst of ways. Again, the winner of this game gets the direct invite to the regional tournament, regardless of what games they play between now and then. The loser needs a little bit of help from the regional committee to see. Last year, they did allow the runner-up in. However, that's not always a given, so you want to take care of business here. As that pass is thrown over the middle, and a huge hit delivered by Chaz Unit to knock the ball free. Kind of thought that was intercepted there at first, but it does stop the clock and buys the Cavalry some extra time. 3rd and 15 coming up. Clock is stopped. Again, I don't have the clock up here unless I would give it to you, but got to be at least midway through the fourth quarter. Antoine, I don't have a clock for you, man. They don't have the scoreboard is off. They don't have any clock. They don't have a play clock. They don't have a game clock. So what you see on the field is what I'm seeing up here in the booth, boss. Looking right. Finds a man over the middle. A diving catch, but unable to hold on as he makes contact with the ground. That would have been a huge first down snag as number 13, Dominique Atkins, lays out, had the ball, hits the ground, ball pops loose, brings up a 4th and 15. Cavalry defense holds, stops the clock again. Cyclones would have liked to chew up a little bit more clock. Again, anytime the special teams unit makes their way onto the field, you have no idea how it's going to go in semi-pro. So Cyclones special teams are going to have one more big job to do here as the punter is standing about 3 yards deep in his own end zone. Cavalry have another shot at life as long as this ball does not leave their hands and end up back in the Cyclones. They have another shot at life. I'm seeing a whistle on the far side. Timeout, charge the Cavalry. Maybe Cavalry are going to try to dial up a little something on the special teams unit here. We're going to step aside, take this timeout with them, get a drink, and we'll see you as we wrap up the rest of this championship game. So we'll see what the Cavalry have dialed up. They do have 2 returners deep. Cyclones special teams unit has to get this ball away cleanly as he is standing about 3 yards into his own end zone. Snap is good. Catch is good. Kick is away. That's a booming kick, and the Cavalry are going to let the ball drop for whatever reason. Fumbles the ball, picking it up. Around the left side he goes. Block in the back is the call. So Cavalry going to have a long way to go on their offense. For whatever reason, you took a timeout, and that ball should have been caught on the fly. However, it wasn't. It allowed the Cyclones to get down and have some great coverage, aided by a block in the back. So, Mark and his offensive unit makes their way back onto the field. They're going to have about 70 yards to go. 2021 championship on the line. Revenge from the 2020 season and losing to the Cyclones by 1 point on the line. Weather looks like it's going to hold out so we can get a finish to this one. Let's continue to march backwards. 74 yards stands between the First City Cavalry and a 2021 MFL championship. Mark is looking for the running back who runs the opposite direction. Sack made in the backfield. And if Cavalry want to win this 2021 championship, they need to start going the opposite direction, as now they have 81 yards to go. And the clock is not on their side. They are out of timeouts. No, they have 1 timeout left. Sorry. There's a glare. 1 timeout left. 81 yards to go. They kind of shot themselves earlier by taking that timeout right out the gate. There's the run up the middle, kind of a draw play. Again, clock is not on your side, but they run that up the middle, 3rd down and about 6. I'll start on the next play, he says. You can't bring out a punting team here. You have to get in the end zone. There is a couple hundred fans here. They stayed throughout this game. I didn't know if fans were going to come out because of the weather prior to the game, but a lot of kids down in the other end zone playing. A lot of fans on both sides. Looks right. Quick pass out. Ball is thrown behind the line of scrimmage. They're going to lose 1 yard there. 4th down and 7. This might be the ball game. I do not have a score clock. The scoreboard is turned off. Cyclones fans are waving their hands. The fans are pounding. This might be the 21 championship on the line right here on this next play. Season may be on the line. Cavalry breaks the huddle, twins the near side, twins the far side. Snap comes back, and they hit him with a... Oh, Coach gets his final timeout before the play. They want some time to talk about that one. I thought it was a false start. That's it. That's all the timeouts. They had one left. That's it.
I said he shouldn't have called that time out another one.
That's what we were talking about. They burnt that timeout early, and I said it might come back and bite them. Timeouts are gone. 72 yards stands between them and a touchdown, but more importantly, 6 yards stands between them and moving these chains. This is it. 4th and 6. 4th and 6. Championship may be on the line. I don't have time. Again, I don't know how much time is left. Can't be much. Cyclones were on the ball for a while. Cavalry were on the ball for a while in the 4th quarter. We have not hit a 2-minute warning yet, however, so there has to be more than 2 minutes left. But all of that is absolutely irrelevant because Cavalry cannot stop the clock again on defense. 4th and 6. This game is all but done if the Cavalry cannot move these chains. Here we go. Camera's shaking a little bit. This crowd is on their feet. They're stomping. They're clapping. Twins to the near side. Twins to the far side. Mark sets into shotgun. Most signals from the start, and here we go. Looking left. He's got time. Throws the ball out. Deflected, and it falls incomplete. He targets his favorite receiver, number 1. Cyclones come off with cameras getting in Carr's face. That's kind of what happens. You do a lot of Facebook. Most of these teams back and forth. Nothing crazy, but you build this up for a championship game. And now, Cavalry have kind of leaned on their defense all year long. So can their defense get a takeaway? So Cavalry defense on for a miracle. They have to get a takeaway. If the Cyclones get in the end zone, it is a ball game. Hand off to the left. No gain, but right now the Cyclones just want to keep the ball moving. They're going to be in no hurry. We have yet to see the 2-minute warning, so there will be a stoppage. The Cyclones, if they pick up a first down here, I believe it is going to be ball game. Cavalry cannot stop the clock. They will get one stoppage on a 2-minute warning. Cyclones are in no hurry here. They're making some adjustments at the line, bringing a receiver from, I don't know if he's in motion or he just lined up wrong. We have a stoppage. I don't know if that's a 2-minute warning or if that's a timeout. I believe that's a timeout. The Cyclones burn a timeout. Wow. That is not what you wanted to see there. So Cyclones burn a timeout to stop the clock That means the Cavalry get a free timeout here. They get the time stop at the 2-minute warning as well. If I'm the Cyclones there, I just line up and run the ball again. Let the clock. No, am I wrong? I line up and just run it. Your defense has been playing lights out this second half. Cavalry, as it sits, is going to have 80 yards to go, and you burn a timeout.
We're in 4-down territory right here. Averaging 3 yards a carry. Automatically get the first down. Off averages. Run left, get 4 yards. Ball game.
And they do have a kicker. You run and maybe make the kick. I don't know. Outside of this timeout there, here we go. He's going to throw the ball. He scrambles, looking right, throws the ball over the middle. First down. That might be the dagger. The quarterback was able to scramble to the right. The DBs broke coverage to come down and stop him as they came off the receiver. The quarterback scrambles and finds him. Cyclones are now all waving goodbye across the field. We will see as these... We still have yet to see the 2-minute warning, I believe. Cyclones are back on the ball. Cavalry cannot stop the clock. I know the down mark on the far side says second. I do believe it is 1st and 10. Clock is rolling. And it's a bad snap. The ball's across the ground. Woo, they avoided a huge issue there as the ball rolls backwards about 12 yards. He has the down marker at 3rd. I do believe it is 2nd and long. Cavalry have an injury, which is going to stop the clock for an injury. The Cyclones have an injured player who's coming off the field as well. I don't know if that's the official timeout or the official 2-minute warning. Either way, we're going to step aside as the Cavalry player is holding his knee. Yeah, I don't know if that was a 2-minute warning. You've been up in the booth this whole game hearing me say I ain't got the clock up here. And you about to ask me how much time is left.
Damn D-line coaches.
Hand off to the right, up the middle he goes. Sits on a man's chest, bounces off, gets a big gain up to about the 21. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 17. Clock continues to roll. Again, if that was a 2-minute warning, then the clock is rolling. If that wasn't, then I don't know. I'm just here so I don't get fined. That's why I'm in the booth and not how much time left, he says. Man, if y'all don't, I don't know. The scoreboard is off. They do not have a score. They do not have a game clock. They do not have a play clock. They do not have anything.
Let me ask you this. So let's say they pick up an extra 5-7 yards. It's 4th down. Can he make that field goal?
Oh, yeah, he's in field goal range now. False start. Does a false start stop the clock?
Mm-hmm. That's good.
I believe that's what they're calling as a false start.
That'd be a
Mo's coming in shaking his head. So Mo might overrule this. 420.
yeah. I bet he would say that.
Anthony said there's been 4 minutes and 20 seconds left since the first quarter. So they're going to, Mo comes in, overrules, waves the flag off. The clock would stop, but they're going to have to restart it on Mo's signal. Cyclones are acting like it's less than 2 minutes left in the game because they're already putting their fingers up, sizing up rings. Again, I don't know if that was the 2-minute warning we just saw or not. What are they pointing at? They're all pointing in the sky for something.
Drone.
Oh, is it the drone? Yeah, there is a drone up there. So 3rd and 17. Same play. We just saw handoff. He's got blockers out front. If I'm the Cavalry, I'm escorting him out of bounds there. The clock is rolling. Running back smartly dives down inside the field of play. Clock continues to roll. Cyclones are bringing on the kicker. Hack is gonna come on to try to make this an 8-point game. That had to have been a 2-minute warning signal. Had to be. They're pointing at the tornado. They're pointing at there's a drone in the sky here, right above the 50-yard line flying. I believe it's for the Cavalry. They usually have a drone footage. Did they burn another timeout? Cyclones burn another timeout. All right, so we get a tap on the window next door. 1:07 on the clock. Cyclones burn another timeout. I don't know why. They want to make sure everything is right. Hack wanted a shout out earlier in the week. He was good from 41 earlier. He's got the wind at his back, blowing from his right to left on the field a little bit. Not too bad. This is going to be more of a PAT distance kick. It still gives the Cavalry a chance, but the Cavalry is up against it with no timeouts. 1:07 on the clock is what we are being told is all that remains in the 2021 MFL championship game. And what I like to see is these coaches on the Cyclones are still going at it. He's got his player. He's in his player's ear. Player kind of walks away, comes back, shakes hands with the coaches. Regardless of what's going on, the Cyclones understand there's more at stake than just a 2021 league title. They want more, but they have to get through this first. As he lines up, 34 yards to go. "25 is on the field like he's cramping. Well, they called a false start against the Cyclones there. 25 is going to go back down. He got up and went back down. I think he's cramping. He's holding the hamstring area. It's been humid. It rained this morning, so it's been real humid. So I don't know if time runs off there or not, but it's a false start. They back him up 5. I think that was what Hack called there in the timeout. He's wanting to pad the stats a little bit. So they back him up. He's setting up for about a 35-yarder where he's at right now. They're making fun of him saying that he's selling that. The Cyclones are under the impression that he was faking the injury to stop the clock. However, the clock has already stopped because you burnt the timeout, so that wouldn't make sense to me. Anyway, so he scoots up. I don't like how close he's flirting with being too close to the line here. There he goes. He backs him up. 34-yarder, straight down the middle. He's right in the middle of the field. Wind at his back. Settles in, nods his head. Snap good, hold good. Kick is up, pulling left. Got the distance. There it is. Kick is good. Fourth down, Army representing. I always like to see it. I might be a little bit biased. Might be a little bit biased. It was a low kick, but it doesn't matter when you're a kicker how good the kick looks. It doesn't matter if you hit the post. It doesn't matter if it hits a helmet and bounces over. 3 points is 3 points, regardless of how it gets there.
67 seconds left in the
So just about a minute left on the clock. You've got about, we're getting notified from the next booth over 60 seconds on the clock. So the Cyclones give the ice bath to the head coach. Now, I was watching a Texas semi-pro game 2 weeks ago. The team was up by 14 points with 22 seconds left on the clock. Gave all three coaches an ice bath, and they lost the game by a point. The other team with 23 seconds on the clock threw a Hail Mary, got the touchdown, got the onside kick, and got another touchdown after they iced the coaches down. So you ice the coach down with 1 minute and 7 seconds left. Cavalry gets the ball. I don't see it happening. Cavalry has struggled against the Cyclone defense since the halftime break. Cyclones, whatever they did in halftime, they've been absolutely dialed in since.
Oh, they did it? Oh my god.
So they now ice bath the other coach. So the job is not done yet. You've got 60 seconds left on the clock. Cavalry need a miracle. But here we go. Kick is up. Caught at about the 5. Did he take a knee? Okay, so he takes a knee. I think they play the NFL modified, so as long as you kneel inside the 20. Or is Mo staying there? So they don't play. NFL rules, if you fair catch it inside the 20, it goes out to the 20, correct? The Cyclones are out there saying, no, he backed all the way up to the 1 and then took a knee. First City Cavalry called for the fair catch, but I believe the fair catch is supposed to go to the 20. I don't know their league rules, though. So, should be a touchback. Yeah, right? It should be a touchback. Should come out to the 20. But again, a lot of these teams don't play NFL rules. So, if you're playing the Bulldogs, I know play in NFL modified rules. I don't know the league rules. I'm sorry for the MFL. It doesn't look like they're going to give him that NFL rule. So, you've got 92 yards to go and 67 seconds to get there. No, he called for a fair catch. So he ran back to the 1, but it's going to be at the spot that he caught it. But it should be a fair catch, and the ball brought out to the 20. NFL rules is what I'm getting in the chat. So the ball should be a touchback because it's a fair catch inside the 20. That's not the case. Cavalry aren't going to argue it. 67 seconds, 82 yards to go. Yeah, again, I don't know Devi, I'm sorry, I don't know the rules for this league particular. I'm used to the MFA. They run an NFL modified style rules. I'm not sure what you're going to get here, but all I know is they got 60 seconds, and a pick seals the game. 31 down the left-hand side. Smack down at the 4. Spikes the ball, flag down. Cyclones are rushing the field. This is what I don't like to see is keep your guys off the field. Act like you've been here before because the coaches are out there doing it as well. The players are going onto the field sleeping. Coaches are out there.
That's good.
And they're going to call the game there. There's a show of sportsmanship here on the near. You can see it here. Cyclones were the first guys here, their Cavalry player, to stretch him out after he's cramping up. No other Cavalry players are going to make their way over. So there is some sportsmanship. I don't want to say it's just all bad things, but that's what I don't like to see is when teams and coaches all rush out there to the midfield and start celebrating. There's a time and place for everything. Sometimes you just got to act like you've been there before. And this is an organization that's been around for 18 years now. They've been to national championship games. They've been to championship games. They know how to win. But, again, on the same token, the Cavalry is a team that has kind of taken on the Raiders' bad boy role over the last few years, especially the last couple months. So sometimes, and how here comes some scuffling going on the sideline, sometimes you kind of get a dose of your own medicine, you know? So it was a very clean game up until now, but it's kind of spilling over a little bit, but it's a very clean game. 18-10, your 2021 MFL undefeated champions, the Missouri Cyclones, travel from St. Louis and get the job done here in Kansas City. Shout out to them. I'll be in touch with them. The rain should be rolling in soon. They're hoisting the trophy. They're celebrating. Ice bats have already been done. Cyclones get the automatic bid into the 2021 regional tournament for the National Football Events National Championship run. Now, I was talking to the Cyclones before the game about they possibly setting up games with teams like the Bulldogs or other quality opponents in the area to stay active because the regional cannot begin until after the UCFL wraps up. The UCFL is going to play to the end of August, and then their playoffs will be in the beginning of September. The regionals will start mid to late September. Cyclones got the automatic bid. They're there. So whether they play games prior to that or not we'll find out soon. Now, the Cavalry, if I'm the Cavalry, I'm keeping my team active. Because last year there was the runner-up got the invite, which is how the Cavalry got in last year. So if I'm the Cavalry, I know they had a game on the 24th against the Bulldogs originally scheduled as the rain starts falling. So if I'm the Cavalry, I take that game on the 24th because what that shows to the national committee is, hey, just because we didn't win our league, we're playing quality opponents. That was a fluke. We're ready to go for regionals. So whether that game gets rescheduled or not, I don't know. But Cyclones are in. I expect the Cyclones to schedule games between now and then because what you're looking at 9 weeks, 10 weeks of downtime. You don't want to sit stagnant. Bulldogs locked in a game today against the Oklahoma Bears just so they're not sitting stagnant. But with that, so we got games after this, says Desmond Walker. I believe he's with the Clones. Again, yeah, I don't foresee the Clones sitting stagnant. It's not smart if you're a team going into regionals to sit stagnant. So I would like to see the Bulldogs and Cyclones play. That's a game I've been asking for a while. Whether that gets done or not, I don't know. You might have to wait till regionals. But the rain is pouring. These guys are celebrating. We're going to stay up here a little bit. I appreciate all of you guys for tuning in with us. But we're going to step aside and start breaking things down. Thank you for tuning in for your 2021 Midwest Football League Championship. Shout out to the Missouri Cyclones for running the tables and the gauntlet, going undefeated against all odds, against all the smack talk. Outlaws Media signing off. We'll see you guys next time.